right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Sporters Kings. My name's St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly. How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, freaking Brian.
Come back.
He does that all the time, even on our sports show and stuff like that. He'll do that in the middle of a sentence and this gets cut off.
Already start off without a bang.
We got Drew, the view with Drew. What is up, man?
What's going on, Drew?
How you guys doing?
I'll just tell these guys off the stage, like kind of tell you guys how I have like 200 comic books that have to be boarded and bagged, and it's like everything I've been doing. Like I was on the show yesterday. I was on Dynasty Pylon yesterday. I was doing it. I was together. Just, no matter what I'm doing, you know, I'm talking to my kids. I'm like looking at homework. I'm like, all right, like it's just so many. It's so bad. Oh my gosh.
That's funny. You gotta have the kids do it. It's like here's 100, here's 100, and just get them prepped. Just have them prepped so when you get the comic, you just pop them in whenever you're ready.
My problem is I don't want their sticky hands. Like you gotta wash your hands before you touch my comics.
Well, no, just have them prep the bags, and all you gotta do is put the comics in when you're ready.
I don't want to have messed up bags either.
Yeah.
Let me eat Cheetos, and next thing you know, they try to touch my bag. Like, don't touch my bag.
That's funny.
I'm super that dad. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm the dad from the Lego movie. Like,
don't play with my toys.
Legos. Don't play with my toys.
That's funny. Let's see if we can get some things going here. All right. So what we got? We got a few things we're talking about. Obviously, the main events for tonight are the Sisu movie review and Bel-Air season 2 review.
Yes.
I finally watched it. Finally got caught up. So.
What's up, Zach?
What's up, Zach? I was just looking at his review right now. He did Minari.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier today.
Yeah. I gotta watch it. Came out a couple hours ago. Yeah, I really like that movie. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and it was one of those Oscar movies that I had to watch one year, and it was really good, like really good.
It was good, but it's not one of those things I would have chose to watch. Like it's not something like if I'm sitting there watching TV, I'm looking through the channel, the guide, and I'm like, oh, not probably gonna stay and watch on.
Yeah, it's not a fun watch. It's definitely like a well done movie, but you need to like sit and watch it and stuff like that. But Steven Yeun is just an amazing actor.
He's great. He's great. Everything that he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually rewatching. I had it on as background noise throughout the week. The days that I've been working from home, the newer version of the Twilight Zone. I don't know if anyone ever saw the one episode that he was in. It's pretty good on that. I liked him in Sorry to Bother You, as weird and worse a movie as that was.
Tip my hat.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Hey, I'm a man of culture too, just pop culture.
Me and Brian were watching the Beef with Steven Yeun and Ali Wong, and man, that's good. I need to finish watching that.
Crazy.
I finished watching it. Dude, 8, 9, 10 is over the top for me.
Yeah,
over the top.
I think that's where we stopped, right? We stopped at the start of 8 or start of 7, I think.
Start of 7.
Okay.
And like literally 8, 9, 10, I was just like, what the F?
Because it's only 10 episodes.
On? Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
Like you see how they escalate, kinda, but sometimes it goes off the deep end. You're like, what the hell is going? How did we get here? Like even though I've been on the story, been on the whole ride, I have no idea how we got here.
Yeah. I gotta finish watching it.
What'd you think about it, B?
Oh yeah,
I loved it. I loved it. It was really, really good. It taught me not to not to make a big deal out of little things.
It taught me don't make a small Korean woman upset.
Yeah, Ali Wong is scary when she's angry.
Like, man.
Like, I wouldn't want to make her angry.
Yeah.
But
it's just, it's that, but also like I said I haven't finished watching it, but just how intertwined their lives become
Yeah.
from fucking with each other. You know, I was like, wait, now he's your best friend and he's the dude, and I was like, what? I was like,
yeah, you know, it was something fresh too.
Yeah.
I know like our main topic on here is a lot of Marvel and nerd stuff and remakes and sequels and all, and that's great. That's totally fine. I'm not knocking that, but excuse me, but it is nice to see something that fresh.
Oh yeah,
time to time.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, from the acting to just the way things escalated to things that I just never expected.
No, it's scary to me, man. He's like, oh, she's hot when she's angry.
She's
No,
hot.
like, dude, it's scary to me. Like, you know what? There's certain girls I just can't mess with, man. Like that. How can I be comfortable sleeping with my eyes closed with you there? Like,
yeah.
She's pretty funny though. Like she's like a stand-up. Like her stand-ups are pretty good.
Yeah, like I truly believe that. Like she's hilarious. I like Ellie Wong, but like I really believe that if you made her angry enough, she would, in your sleep, she would stab you.
She would stab you, exactly. It just right, and then stay and not run. So it's one thing to get stabbed, guys. It's one thing for someone to stab you. You wake up in a fury and just be looking at you. That's scary. Like, yeah, I did it. What? I'm not sure what I could do from here. Maybe.
So hopefully, I wouldn't mind maybe like next week or something, next Thursday, if you want to review Beef, because I got a couple episodes left, and I really want to finish watching it because like it was good. It was really good.
Just wait, 9 and 10. It's almost hard to watch.
Yeah, I heard the ending is like insane, and I've been avoiding stuff, but yeah. So I gotta watch the Minari one though. I did like that one a lot. That was one of those movies like I would have never have watched unless I had to, for our Oscar show. Yeah. So, but I did appreciate that one. I thought it was good. What else we got? Fast X already coming out. Perp Minded, of course, got a review out for that one.
I was like, come on, man, already?
Yeah.
Perp is so fast with that. It doesn't matter what time. I'm going to go see The Little Mermaid on Wednesday. I'm sure he's going to have a review on Tuesday. Like, dude, how? Like, you just have it ready.
Gets in early. All right. So what we got? So let me bring this up. So while I bring some pictures up. So real quick. So I know I'm super excited. With Futurama coming back.
I don't know if you guys. You're a huge fan.
Huge fans. I love that show. It was definitely before its time. Like it was appreciated, but it really wasn't appreciated until it was kind of gone. And then it came back, and it was a little different. But I don't know. The people who love Futurama are like hardcore.
Do you not feel like Futurama came? People thought it was like The Simpsons, and it's totally different, and that's what kind of lost it. But if it would have came out beforehand, or the different like network, I think it would have got even more, harder fans, like or just people that love it. And I think that it almost did it a disservice. Like it brought the casual fan in, but didn't give you the people that really want to watch it, that will love it.
I don't know. I never got I got animation style was pretty close to Simpsons, but story was completely different because they were able to do like weird shit because it's the future and it's 1,000 years in the future. So like they do super random stuff, and then he's considered like a dinosaur kind of. It's like it's such a really cool concept, and like I think they had a great spot when it first came out. It came out right after X-Files, and it crushed it. But then every company is like, whatever, move it around here, and they put it in like spots where people couldn't catch it at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought like when it first came out and it came out right after X-Files was like great. Like, oh, here's a scary like sci-fi, but here's like a cartoon sci-fi stupid kind of thing. So yeah, and then it kind of became its own thing. Like Bender. You see the evolution of Bender throughout the years of stuff like that. like DiMaggio trying to figure out his voice. But yeah, and so I think it's coming out July 24th on Hulu, and it's gonna be weekly, so they're not dropping it all at once.
I think that's smart.
Yeah. No, cool. Appreciate you, Zach. I know it's super late for you over there. It's like what, 12?
No, I mean it's 10:30. He's
10:30.
fine.
Thanks, Zach.
Stop being a
I thought
baby,
2 hours.
Zach. Stop being a baby.
You don't need sleep.
Sleep. That's for the week.
I'm gonna drive. We're going to drive in next weekend. Nice. Go see Fast. What else? What else comes out next week?
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. That's right. See Fast and Little Mermaid back to back.
I wonder how Guardians is going to do this weekend. How big of a drop we're going to see.
That's the question.
You know, if we're talking about like another 50% drop, and it does domestically $35 million to $40 million, and overseas another $100 million, that actually still good. I think that means it's almost going to be $700 million worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing. Week 3, $700 million. We're talking about it's definitely going to be pushing that billion.
I think it's going to hit it. I think it's going to hit it. I mean, Fast X. Well, also Fast X. Its early ratings are not good. Are not good. So
are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I want to know what the audience score is though, and see what the audience thinks, because I think it's definitely made. That's a movie made for audience and not for critics. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. It's like this garage mechanic becomes a superhero spy.
Yeah.
Becomes James Bond without the cool stuff. Because it's just him and his car.
The family.
Family.
Yeah, the reviews I'm reading are saying like Jason Momoa is the best thing about it, and Vin Diesel's kind of
carries it
like this time.
Yeah,
wow.
That's exactly why I read it. He's carrying it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so which is great to hear. Well, going by the trailers, he just looks like he's having a lot of fun. And you know, the funny thing about the Fast movies, especially now, to me, the most entertaining thing is not the movies itself, but all the behind the scenes and promotional content. Because at this point, everyone is full aware of how ridiculous they've gotten. Everyone is in on the joke except Vin Diesel. It's so funny to me. He constantly talks the movies up like they're these cinematic pieces amongst the likes of Scorsese and Kurosawa. Like when Dom is the ultimate boring, just Mary Sue character. Everyone is in on the joke except Vin, and I love it. It's so hilarious.
But everyone is feeding into him though. That no one else. The only person that tried to tell him that you're nothing is The Rock. Everyone else is like feeding him. Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. Let's feed the beast. And, you know, and then The Rock says, "Dude, this is craziness." And Vin Diesel's like, "How dare you?" This is what you're not family.
you're excommunicated.
Yeah,
excommunicado.
Yeah, there you go.
The franchise was only big enough for one muscle-bound bald dude. So,
hey, to be fair, if The Rock woke up one day and he had Vin Diesel's muscles, he'll kill himself.
Well, that's what he started with, right? He started with Vin Diesel muscle. That was the training wheel stage in WWE.
Yeah. I mean, the Tooth Fairy, he was bigger than Vin Diesel is ever. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. That Tooth Fairy. Jeez.
It'll be cool to see Hobbs back. He helped inject life into the franchise, and I think he's a fun character.
Yeah. Yeah. So
he's who he is, you know. So when you have a character that understands the assignment, knows who they are, doesn't try to do more than that, I think it works.
Yeah, like I don't know. All the characters around Dom are more appealing than Dom at this point.
They all have a skill.
They all
his skill is just saying family.
Yeah,
or getting his family in shitty situations.
Yeah, he just mutters about family a lot. Well, I think Well, I think he's been in so many car-related incidents that he's probably mentally handicapped at this point. Hence, why he constantly grumbles about family. And half the time, you can't really understand too much of what he's saying.
So you say he's the real live action I Am Groot? Like he only can say only one family. That's all I can say. That's all he has. That one phrase.
Groot didn't come off as mentally handicapped as Dom.
Groot's way smarter. That's funny.
Oh man, that's so bad. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna enjoy the experience. But you know what? It's sometimes when you're in a movie theater and you rolling your eyes because it's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
You're watching it. And you're like,
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it and laugh at the laws of physics being violated.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just hope
like they're gonna jump from an airplane. They're gonna land on their feet and be totally okay because they rolled. Like what? That's not how things work.
They show him driving down the Hoover Dam in this trailer.
Oh my god.
I'm completely expecting time travel in this one. We have to have time travel.
Hey,
the next
Fast X Endgame.
I was gonna say that might be the last movie, so they can reboot it, and Vin Diesel could do it again. But now he can go back in time or forward in time. But one of the crazy things I saw in the trailer was 2 helicopters, I guess, like grapple hook his car, and like he jumps down to the next level of the expressway or whatever, and like that's enough weight for the helicopters like crash together. I was like, oh my god.
It's like, yeah. So does anyone know how physics works? No, I guess not.
It's bonkers.
It's just like Star Wars. It's the Force. It's family.
Yeah, it's the family.
It's the family. It does it. So,
all right, and then
we're gonna enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fun.
It'll at the absolute least, it'll just be fun, mindless entertainment. That's good from time to time.
Yeah. What day are you guys going to see it?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Damn.
Go tomorrow after work. I got to get some stuff packed for my work trip next week.
Oh, nice.
And as long as but I plan to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Trying to get an early start in the morning.
I gotta find some time to see it because Erica don't want to see it. Like she's like, it's too no. Because then it's like movie or baby, and she's like, that's an easy choice.
Yeah, they are.
She's gonna be asking you like, so what's the movie about? You tell her, look, MARS, Mars. They're going to Mars. That's what's going on. That's the only next step. It's the next step, Mars, and she probably believe you.
Fights aliens.
Yeah. Well, they did go into space last time. I'm surprised they didn't, end up on another planet.
Just wait for it.
We'll get there. Yeah, I just gotta wait.
Yeah. There's 2 more movies afterwards. Fast 12, Mars, guys.
Yeah,
Mars.
That's where the time machine's at.
Dom Toretto of Mars.
Jesus. Just they're just gonna start transferring him over to other franchises, just so it could survive. So.
Yeah. Right. Well, they're bringing. They're like apparently they're unkilling Giselle Gal Gadot's character at some point or another.
I heard that.
Nobody dies in this story. They just get really big boo-boos.
Get your George of the Jungle out of here.
Yeah. You're not wrong though, because how some of these people survived. I was like, how is Han alive? I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, stop asking questions.
Yeah, don't ask. That's too much logic.
Brandon says, "What up, guys? Sorry, I'm late. I was finishing up that shitty ass Kevin Hart movie, Me Time. Look, at this point, Kevin Hart's just making stuff for money. They're like, hey, let me just cash out. Whatever I gotta do, I throw it up there.
his projects in between him and the Rock movies. So
I believe he doesn't even read the scripts beforehand. He just reads on the cue card. He just goes from one place to the next and just reads the cue card and keeps on going to the next place.
he just goes, how much? All right, I'm in.
Like they have a teleprompter. You can put anything on the teleprompter. He's just going to read it.
Yeah. I mean, he just has to say it. Yeah. He just has to say it in his Kevin Hart kind of voice. Sold $1 million. I didn't even see it. I didn't even know that was coming out.
I keep forgetting all about it. Like the name will pop up in my mind, or I'll scroll past it in Netflix from time to time, and then I'll just completely eject it from memory.
Congratulations.
Yeah. You're winning right now.
You're winning. Yeah, you're winning.
Yeah, because his last stand-up was like that was the one that was like in his house supposedly. That was not that great. You know.
Well, I mean, stand-up, it's hard to stay on top for a while, so and it's hard to stay hungry. Why stay hungry? I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm a movie star. Yeah. Why do I just stay hungry? I'm just gonna make movies.
Yeah. So oh man. Sorry, man. I am tired, guys. But hey, let's check out this other thing that everyone's talking about is Captain America, the new Captain America, Sam Wilson. So we all saw that suit, which that's a pretty badass suit. By the time they finally revealed it at the end, that was pretty awesome. Like it like hovers over and he puts the shield and it makes like a whole little dome thing. It was cool. And it's all vibranium, right? Because of
this vibranium makes it even colder. That's what.
Yeah.
So it helps him not be a super soldier. So I respect Sam Wilson because of this. He's going to be the only one who's just a dude. Just me and Brandon is out there fighting. And I got the super soldier serum, and he's just himself. And he's out there just that's cool that you can do that because you got vibranium.
Yeah, and it really kind of sets him apart from Steve. Steve having the super soldier serum and Sam not, but Steve selecting him anyway because he's a good person. I like that idea, and I like the suit. I thought the suit, seeing it in action, was great. I was waiting to see what that. Yeah, I was waiting to see what that reveal was going to be in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it really didn't disappoint. I enjoyed it. It was its own animal. It was a nice little amalgamation of like the regular Falcon suit and the new and the Cap suit, like different versions of the Cap suit that we've seen in live action. I liked it.
Yeah.
What happens if they shoot him in the leg?
Well, it's vibranium, right?
He got pants on.
It was vibranium pants.
Those are vibranium pants.
Well, is that what they said? It was like woven into all their clothes and shit.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that if he was from Wakanda, but he has like some khakis on. Some brown khakis.
They hooked him up.
I think Wakanda would definitely hook him up, especially a fellow black man. Yeah.
Well, if they shoot him in the head, I mean, he ain't got nothing covering up that dome.
Well, at least you have the shield. The wings could probably come and do stuff. Yeah. You shoot him in the leg. I mean, you get hit in the ankle, you done.
I want to believe because they had the one guys from Wakanda that they had their like cape kind of thing. Yeah. And they would like turn it. It was like turn into like a shield.
Yeah. Yeah. The border tribe.
Yeah. So I want to believe it's all vibranium, neck to toe.
I don't think that's vibranium linen, but whatever. I'm here. I'm here for it.
I believe it. They said it. They're like it's woven into like everyone in Wakanda was wearing vibranium, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, I just don't know if he deserves it yet. Like we'll give you this. We give you this the suit, but we're not gonna give you the pants. Come on, man.
I think he deserves it. America has enough black dudes getting shot for walking down the street. They set him up for it from head to toe.
Yeah. So this is what Brandon Davis said. What's that from? So this is from Falcon and Winter Soldier, the Disney Plus show. And I thought it was a good show. A lot of people don't like it. It wasn't my favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I thought.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think like they could have kind of ran like a little more, further with the Flag Smasher villains. Just kind of they could have gone like a little deeper into you know, what their motivations were. I would have been fine with them kind of like going more into detail, since they wanted to restore the world to what it was during the in the aftermath of the Thanos incident and in the aftermath of the snap. There was room for exploration there, but it was just kind of you know, I really liked it, but you know, I kind of see what people are coming from, where people are coming from. The villain Carly was kind of,
Yeah.
she was kind of meh. But I really enjoyed the character of John Walker. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing more of U.S. Agent. I think the MCU needs more anti-heroes. There's a lot of I take a Disney Plus series with focusing on him after Thunderbolts. I think he's worthy of that. There's a lot of
That'd be cool.
there's a lot of room to do stuff with him, and I love anti-hero characters.
Yeah.
You know, but I liked it overall. I did. I thought it was good. I thought it was good kind of character exploration for Sam. It was a good character exploration for Bucky, who, in the context of the MCU, I used to hate with a flaming passion until this show. You know, it was, but I thought it was good, and I thought the series route is a good route for the MCU, especially with these characters in particular. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Perfect, no, but I really liked it.
I enjoyed it, but I feel like it was too real for some people. The whole concept of this storyline is very real. Like the idea that can I be a black man and be Captain America is a very real thing. And the fact that, you know, the first super soldier was something that was thrown to a guy who was thrown to the side doing Tuskegee experiments. Like it got too real for people. People don't want to acknowledge those type of things. And that's where it gets there. Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people were throwing around the W word around when it came to Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I don't think I need to point out who those people are.
It's funny to me because I always took. Do you realize that this is really our history? These things literally happened,
and they're calling it like woke.
Like, that's not woke. That's what really happened. Tuskegee experiments really happened.
Yeah,
they really experiment on African Americans or American Indians, giving them syphilis, and giving them all those things really happened, and people are just like it's woke. No, it's history.
Well, people who throw around that word, especially when it comes to Marvel, what they fail to realize is, by their idiotic logic, is that Marvel technically is, if you want to get technical, Marvel's been woke since its inception. You know, the MCU was always based, or I mean, the X-Men, for example, was based specifically on the civil rights movement and discrimination. You know, Captain America, like one of his debuts was punching out a Nazi. You know, the Falcon. You know, Sam Wilson. They tied it into a very real event, like with Isaiah Bradley in the comics. You know,
Isaiah Bradley, exactly. And have that the Tuskegee experiments. Those things really happen.
Captain Marvel was modeled, you know, she was specifically modeled after feminism. You know, like the Punisher is not something to be aspired to. He's even mentioned this in the comics.
Yeah.
So if you're saying, "Oh, it's woke," you don't know what you're talking about. You need to pick up a comic, you know, and just grow a sack and just say you can't stand it.
It's even more than picking up a comic. It's picking up a history book.
Well, yeah. Let me finish. Don't cut me off. Just say what, you know. If you're going to throw around the word woke that much, just say what you are. You're a racist.
I don't want to label anyone anything right now with it. I just, more than anything, I think it's the cool thing to say. So, you know, when things are cool to say, or even cool to hate on, or whatever, people do those things. I think it's in every community they do those type of things. But what I don't appreciate is when you take away from history. Once again, history is written by the winners. But when you have factual things that are happening that within 2 generations, if you have your grandparents in your house, and someone in your house has gone through something like this, that knows the actual events, were alive when the actual events actually happen, that's when I have a problem with, like, you don't want to even open your eyes. You know, like the civil rights movement. My dad was, when he was born, you know, people weren't allowed to vote. black people weren't allowed to go walk to the front door. Like, my dad, like this is not like long time ago. The Tuskegee experiments were not that long ago. The things that happened to cause World War I and II were not that long ago. But everyone wants to make it ancient history, and that it's not.
Whenever it's something they disagree with, or when they can't handle it being too real for them, it's woke.
But that's just a new word. It's
a new word for them, but it's been around for a while.
It's a word that's been twisted around to fit their narrative.
Yeah. But that's what a lot of that, I don't want to get too political now, that's what a lot of them tend to do, is like take something that's meant for the underprivileged or the minorities or something, like, and then kind of hijack it. Yeah.
It's a smart way to do things, but it's just, when you really research these things and understand this is part of our history, just respect it. That's all I ask for people to do. Just respect what it is and understand this stuff is real.
Yeah. But like Brandon said, Marvel does a lot where they take history, American history, and just, mostly American history, and they kind of turn it into like how it can transform into something else. The civil rights movement with the mutants, are directly linked, stuff like that. Isaiah Bradley, with this show, and the Tuskegee experiments, So it's like taking a real life thing and then kind of not twisting it, but like maybe like taking a little bit of it and like, but they also did this and they created this, and you can make like your story from something real. Watchmen did it really well, I thought. I mean, it was hard to watch that and it starts off the show with that, with the Tulsa massacre.
And it's funny, so you know how many people thought that didn't happen?
Yeah.
That people are arguing with me saying that didn't really happen. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Black Wall Street.
Do you not know what the hell this is exactly what happened? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. But all right. But so there's this show. Let me get into some. Brandon said it. A few things. I've seen the show, but it's been so long. I just remember a white suit at the end, him giving a speech to trying to end racism. Yeah, that was the kind of thing. He's like, oh, yeah.
It was like his Rocky moment. If I could change, you could change.
And then Brandon said, he actually researched Tuskegee the other day. They actually didn't give people syphilis. The people already had it, but but when it was discovered there was a cure for it, they didn't tell them.
I'll be right back. I gotta put my clothes in the dryer. Hang on.
All right, go for it. I can look tomorrow because I thought it was like a placebo too or something like that.
They told people that they were going to give them cures, and then they tried to use the placebo effect, and they had the cure there, but they didn't know how it's going to affect each race, and then they were doing it like that, and everyone was dying, like Miss Evans' voice. If you watch that,
they didn't. They just left them to suffer with syphilis. That's Stanley said that he made comics based on what was going on at the time. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of great stuff. Star Wars. Yep. Star Wars. George Lucas flat out said, that was the Korean War when he made that. I believe. I believe it was the Korean War.
It's Korean War.
Yeah. When he said that, so, I mean, it's you take real world events and then you kind of retell it in a story where it's more palatable to people, because then you always got people on either side of it. But if you change some of the details, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's a good story. It was like, well, it's based on this, so
based on what really happened, but people don't want to hear that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that, like you said. But yeah, so I was gonna show the next. I'll do it, and then when he comes back. So that's the suit, right? Wakanda gave it to him. Bucky asked for a favor, all that stuff. So now we got a leak at the new suit right here. So this is the new suit leak for the upcoming movie. What was it, New World Order?
Yeah, Captain America for New World Order. Or they changed the title, actually. So I've heard,
that's what I heard
multiple times that they're changing the title.
That's what I heard. But as of right now, we know it as New World Order, which I just see it as Captain America with like Hogan doing NWO on it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, we got a wrestler now. Seth Rollins is casted in it, so we do got a wrestler. So it's not that far off. But this looks very much like Winter Soldier, Captain America look.
Okay,
right?
I think it looks very much like The Boys.
With Homelander.
Oh, I guess it does look like Homelander's suit, but I was thinking about what's his name? The one, the speed, the runner.
Oh shit. Okay, I think it's those glasses.
Because the glasses. That's what I said.
The
glasses with the Homelander outfit with the glasses.
That's funny. Oh my god, what was his name? Yeah.
Oh,
A-Train.
A-Train. That looks. It was like A-Train. So a Homelander suit with the A-Train glasses on. That's what it looks like.
I didn't even think about that, man. I didn't even think about that.
Those sure do look like the A-Train goggles, don't they?
Like, I mean, it makes sense if they're both going fast.
Glasses, man. It's just what it is.
Yeah, and you know,
that is funny.
You know, I knew a new suit was bound to happen eventually because you know you got to sell toys and stuff like that. But it seems too early. I was assuming we were going to see
way too early.
Yeah, more of the one that. Well, for all I know, you know, maybe he'll like get an upgrade later on in the movie or that sort of thing. The movie's not out yet, but yeah, it kind of it gave me like Winter Soldier, you know, the Shield issue suit vibes, which I'm good with because I love that suit. It's one of my favorite suits in the live action Cap movies.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see. You know, maybe there'll be an explanation. For all we know, he doesn't get this suit until later, so we just have to.
Yeah, this might be at the end, right? Suit gets destroyed or some shit.
It has to be a vibranium. A suit made of vibranium is destroyed, unless Wakanda because it takes it back off his back.
It could be, man.
That's the only way I can see that happening.
Or even what if like Namor comes in? He's like, and that's ours. He's like, what? Just leave him butt naked with like American flag underwear on.
I don't think they'll like that very much.
Yeah, I don't think that happened. But yeah, it looks cool. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of the Winter Soldier kind of one, just being dark and then the silver star on it. You know, then you see obviously has the stripes kind of thing for his wingsuit. But I'm okay with it. But also, I like the other one still.
Yeah, it looks
like
better.
Give us more of the other one. Like we saw it for 15 minutes in a 7 episode series. Like I want more of that. You know, so
six of them, and
that's, six episodes,
and that's doesn't make any sense. My question is, how are you upgrading it? It doesn't make sense to upgrade.
Yeah, I know. How can it get any better?
How can you get better? Like unless it's made out of
like the adamantium.
Adamantium. It's the only way that if they made the suit out of adamantium, and which could happen because you know we have the island, we have these things. It's another way to introduce X-Men, but it doesn't look like it's been made out of adamantium. It's not metal in any way.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you upgrade it with some linen. Like that doesn't make any sense unless they took it off of him. And they agreed with him. How can you be a black Captain America? And they said, "Yeah, you're right. You can't." Or he quits and he goes back and finds, you know, a suit that he makes himself, which is all part of the storyline. If you really know the Captain America storyline with him being Captain America, which is very short, because for only 2 years he decides he could do it, and then he realizes it's almost in direct opposition to him being black. And then he decides he can't do it anymore, and that's when Bucky picks up the shield and he runs with it. But you know, it's like it's almost in direct opposition. So maybe that's something that happens, but it just didn't seem like the movie was going that way. So I have no idea.
And it might seem like several steps backwards with because the show Falcon and Winter Soldier it begins with him renouncing the title of Cap, and then him rising throughout the show. You see him kind of just rise to the occasion more. So, they you're absolutely right, Brian, with that happening in the comics. The question is, if they were to do that in the context of the movie, based on what we've already seen, would it be several steps backwards?
It would definitely have to involve Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah, which he is supposed to be in this movie. Like I think he is casted in it.
He is.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah. So was he and his grandson who plays Patriot? I think.
Yeah.
I believe that was his name.
Yeah, Patriot.
So, yeah. But Brandon Davis said, "Doesn't the black guy from She-Hulk make all the superhero suits?"
That's just in the context of She-Hulk. He was not a character in the comics.
Yeah, and it's hard to say. Everything from She-Hulk could have literally been its own thing. Like, was it in the real universe? I mean,
he could make some stuff, but when you have 1 hour vibranium, I don't understand how you change your suit. Like, unless you don't own the suit. But we know for in particular that they gave him that suit. They didn't give America the suit, so that's his suit. So I don't know why he's not wearing it unless someone took it away, unless he lost it. Like
Wednesdays are it's like I don't know.
It's like the Incredibles. Honey, where is my super suit? Where is my super suit? That's the only way I can see that happening.
He just loses it. No, but the adamantium is kind of interesting because supposedly the early, I don't say leaks, but the early talks about what this movie is this is gonna be the first movie that actually talks about the big giant freaking hand and head in the ocean, and that's supposed to eventually be, I believe they said Krakatoa or whatever island island the X-Men live on. And it's made out of adamantium. So the only thing is I'm like, okay, maybe, but then there's like this new metal that no one's ever seen before in this universe. Like they know how to like already mold it into a suit. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but it's like you don't get rid of like
it's still vibranium.
That
vibranium makes it so also is that as much as you get hit, it absorbs the vibrations of it, and it allows you to hit with that much intensity. So whatever that you take, you get hit that much harder. So it doesn't make no sense to not have that suit. It absorbs all your attacks. Like it's silly. But
like it's cool. You have a shield that's made out of vibranium, but you just got a whole suit and a shield made out of and a flying wingsuit that made out of vibranium. It was like, what are you doing? Did he, or maybe he just got tired and just repainted it?
Maybe it's too heavy.
Is that the same? Are the layouts the same?
It's not. It's
a little different.
Smaller, yeah.
Bluer. There's some more.
Well, I was like, what if he just painted this one? What if he just painted the red, white, and blue one?
No, but that comes up to his neck, and it's like it's definitely metal. So I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, but also the stripes right here are different.
We'll see. You know, there is the off chance that it always could be like for a specific mission or operation or that sort of thing, like with the caps, like with the shield issue suit that he used in the Winter Soldier. You know, that was like for like a covert, like undercover mission. It was like almost like a stealth suit. Even his shield, if you remember, it was like the blue and the white were more like kind of more navy and gray, kind of more muted colors. So, like we just have to wait. We just have to see how it pans out for the for the explanation.
Yeah. Did they ever explain that? Like, did he just get his shield repainted? Like, right?
Well, you know, he was working for Shield. I don't think that was the only vibranium shield that he had because his his shield got cracked to pieces in Endgame, and then he shows up with a new one that he gives to Sam. You know, like
it takes Thanos. So it took Thanos, top 10 badass of all time. Like,
but the bottom line is he had a brand new shield. Later.
He did,
but it's from a different timeline. That shield is from one where he stayed. Right, he never got frozen. So you see, that's time travel shit. So it's like
that's going to cause a lot of problems too. Because you heard about the deadline? I know it's off subject, but the Deadpool leaks.
No, I haven't heard them. I saw that they're out there, but I haven't looked them up yet.
Okay, I don't know if I should say anything, but so Cap goes back and when he stays with Peggy, right? It actually creates a new timeline. In that timeline, Magneto and the X-Men join together, right? And they take over the world. Magneto actually takes over the world, and he start killing off all the humans. And the TVA actually wants to go back and erase this timeline and eradicate it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what TVA, what they charge Deadpool in doing, to kill everyone. So Deadpool and Wolverine go back to that timeline and kill everybody, all the X-Men from that timeline, and that's like one part of the movie supposedly.
That's funny.
Just literally go kill what is it, McGregor, like they kill everyone, and that's like the beginning of the movie.
That would be funny. I mean, I did kind of expect something like that, either in the Deadpool movie or the Secret not Secret Invasion. Was it the Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, yeah.
Yeah. You know, possibly there too. You know, like they bring in all the Fox X-Men and just they all die there. But I'm like, eventually they all gonna die. You know, he's just gonna kill pretty much all of them off.
It's just cold because Magneto's the dude. Like he takes over the entire world.
Yeah,
everyone. There's no one there to stop him. He kills all the other Avengers, all of them.
Yeah, I mean he should have. I mean he can. You know,
we're just gonna talk about Wakanda and X-Men because of adamantium and vibranium. The man can control all metal.
Mm-hmm.
He makes you a world power to be able to do that. He controls that metal. So yes, he could take over the entire world and F everybody easily up as he's doing it.
Easily. Yeah. But that's why I can't wait to see Magneto, because I want to see a real Magneto. We haven't ever got to see a real Magneto yet.
That's the other thing I forgot to say. So during that time, the reason he goes crazy, because they kill both his kids.
Ooh.
So they kill his kids, and he just goes off the deep end. And because X-Men were trying to give, saying the humans deserve a chance, and after they kill his kids, they just say no, they don't deserve anything, and they just follow him. So that's why all the X-Men follow. So now he has to go kill all the X-Men. He has to go kill all the bad guys. He has to kill everybody.
That's kind of awesome. That is pretty cool. I am a fire god like Liu Kang.
What's up, Tony?
What's going on, Tony?
What's up? But I don't know. It came out, and it's the first look at the movie. I don't say I'm excited. I'm interested. Because I want to know what they're doing, because it seems like the first movie that's actually going to progress the MCU forward. Because everything we got so far has just kind of been solo stories, which is fine, or in between things, and or you go a little farther back. This is going to be the first one to actually like, hey,
this is where we're going now.
Yeah, like we know there's a giant hand and head in the ocean. Like, right, we're going to talk about it. So
yeah. As long as it's not completely just Incredible Hulk 2 repackaged as a Captain movie.
So no, apparently this Captain America movie is going to be an Incredible Hulk like movie. That's what they're saying, and they're going to change the title of it to something that it's going to kind of
like a Red Hulk movie.
Yeah, like a Red Hulk movie. Like they're going to retitle it something that's going to be up that kind of creek, like
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. If it's a Captain America movie, then make it about Captain America. But also,
it's going to be like Winter Soldier. It's going to be like Winter Soldier or Civil War, any of those things.
Yeah, where it's just packed in a bunch of other characters.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we already saw like Thunderbolts are going to be in this as well, and there's a bunch of other characters that are going to be in this one. I don't know how I feel. But I'm interested because if it's done well, it could be a really good movie, and it could set up the next, like the rest of the Phase 5 and into Phase 6 and all that. So, I said I like Fassbender and Sir Ian. Yeah, they were great. I did. I like Fassbender.
I liked this might sound weird. I kind of preferred Fassbender to McKellen to an extent.
Yeah,
No,
I think McKellen was okay, but I just feel like he should have been more evil because like Fassbender, it was just learning it.
Yeah,
like,
and he kind of struck me as more of a man of action. You know, like Magneto, kind of in the comics, he was a little more in line with kind of like the man of action that Magneto, Eric Lensher, always struck me as. Ian McKellen did great for what was written for Magneto, but he just kind of came off as a snooty old frail guy who thought he was better than everyone. And I think there's more to Magneto.
Wait.
Yeah.
He was better than all of us.
Well, but you know, there's
he never backed it up. I feel like he did some cool things, but I was like,
the coolest thing I ever seen someone have iron in their blood and he pulls it out of them. That's like, that's the baddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And yeah, even though he's better than everyone, I kind of think there's more to Magneto than that. And
but that's what I think Fassbender kind of explored that. And you see them, he had a family, and then them kill his family, and how he goes crazy, and then even seeing from the beginning when during the Holocaust, and his family gets taken away. Those type of things were essential of creating Magneto, and I personally believe those are important in his storyline. So like, if you're going to redo it, you need to do it right, because those things are huge things. Like, to be able to bend the board Auschwitz, that would be like, what the hell? Like, can you, like, that means something? But then again, here's my question: does that not mean anything as much to people now? Because once again, it's history. They call it ancient history, even though it's only within like one lifetime of people. Is it too far in the past for people to kind of understand?
I hope something like that would be a good reminder of why you shouldn't like be praising Hitler and shit like too many people in the world today are doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, so if we see it like from Magneto's point of view, which is horrible, and then like because Magneto the whole time as I got older, I was like, I get Magneto. Like, I completely understand why he wants to do that. Because I mean, as a kid watching the cartoon, I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. He's a bad guy. Then you're like, oh, well, he's not really that bad. It's like, I get why he wants to kill everybody. Kill all humans at least.
And then you get to be my age, and you realize, I think Thanos was right. I think Magneto is right. I think all the bad guys are right. So does that mean I'm a villain? Maybe I am. Maybe I am a villain.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. It's really interesting. But Fassbender played one of the coolest. Like, what is it? Future Past, I think, when they first introduced the Sentinels. That was awesome. That showed how powerful Magneto was. Yeah. And we never saw that version of him before ever again. That was the first and last.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite take on Magneto, was Days of Future Past. The Fassbender version just seemed a lot more well-rounded and more fleshed out character. Which
I agree.
Even as perfect as Patrick Stewart was, and to make no mistake, Patrick Stewart was the only choice for Professor Xavier. In a lot of ways, characteristically, I kind of liked James McAvoy. Preferred James McAvoy to him.
I thought he was a whiny little bitch. That's what he pissed me off. Like, stop being a whiny little bitch.
Who, McAvoy?
Professor X. Yeah, you're Professor X. Stop being a bitch. Like, the whole was like, oh, come on. When McAvoy, he's crying, I use my powers. Oh no! It's like, shut the hell up, dude. You are Professor fucking X. You're literally the baddest man on the damn planet. Like it's only two of you that are the baddest people on the planet, and you crying? Shut up, man up.
Well, that's
someone should just hit him in the nuts. Like, come on, bro.
I kind of liked that, because Professor X has always been a pretty straightforward, consistent character, and we've always, we've always known what to expect for him. So to kind of see him at his lowest, especially in Days of Future Past, I kind of liked it. It was different. I kind of like where they went with that, and even in First Class, I like that. They kind of showed him more or less kind of abusing his powers. Like, let's face it, if you're like a 20-something-year-old and you have powers like that, of course you're going to use it to try to pick up chicks and stuff like that. So I like the directions they went with the James McAvoy version. I thought it was. I thought it was.
You think that's small? When you can control everyone. not just like I won't pick up this girl. I can control everybody.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Be more epic. And there's nothing more epic than being Patrick Stewart. So I mean, just Sir Patrick Stewart. I mean, just having the wheelchair wheeling around.
But it is Sir. I think it's Sir.
Yeah, I liked the McAvoy version because they actually gave him character arcs. The Patrick Stewart version,
he's just a badass.
He didn't have any character arcs,
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But you know what? Sometimes it's like I don't want a character arc. I just want to be a badass. I just want to be that good. That also because he just be ancillary because he's helped being the leader. And I always kind of enjoyed that part. And I like everyone else having their own character arc, but you have one person that you're kind of stationed there that is the ideal. I know what I am. I'm the one who's developing this, and it helped that. He helped Wolverine. He helped everyone else. So but I understand what you're saying too, because as far as character arc, there is no character arc. It's just like
Well, I mean, in Logan,
until Logan.
Logan, he got it.
One of the greatest movies of all time. Logan.
Yeah. That I agree with. But I mean, I don't know. They both have their ups and downs, but I think more Patrick Stewart downs were because the scripts just sucked ass.
Yeah. I don't. Sometimes I wonder if Bryan Singer even liked X-Men.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seriously, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's terrible because I totally agree with you.
Yeah, no, he sucked, man.
Yeah,
he ruined Superman, ruined X-Men.
Yeah, he just kind of did whatever he felt like doing. Yeah, but I could talk about that all night and all day and the day after if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have other things you'd like to be doing. So.
Yeah, let's go into these comments and then we'll get into a trailer or two. Brandon Davis said, I've definitely been wondering when they were going to address the head in the water, although if it happened in real life, it would have destroyed ecosystem in the water. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, because you also got to remember, like, it came from the center of the earth. So, like, unless it makes a solid seal, I don't know. There's a lot of science behind it that you got to, not think about.
But, if it came from the center of the earth, wouldn't that just be like a volcano?
I mean,
technically,
kind of. Whatever. I was thinking more of the earth as like a chicken egg, and then it's hatching. So it's like, it's like there's got to be like more cracks and more issues and stuff. And granted, and then this whole thing just sticking out, and it's big enough to be considered like a continent, from what I understand, like a small continent. I don't know. So it's pretty big. Imagine if Australia just came out of nowhere and you're like, oh shit, look at that. It's like, it would fuck up a lot of things. So, but yeah, I mean, you gotta put your comic book helmet on and stuff like that. Don't matter.
And power through sometimes.
Yeah. And then Tony said Anthony Mackie cheesing hard like he just got some amazing news in that one.
That one picture. He's like, Hey, he's like, it was like, hey guys, we got ribs today for lunch. Like, ribs for real? That's a smile right there. That's a rib smile.
It's a rib smile.
That's a rib smile. I get rib? What? Yes. Winning.
You miss it like 5 seconds later. He like licks his finger like,
exactly. No more shawarma? Ribs. Good.
Then Brandon said Kevin Bacon was that dude in the first X-Men. Yeah, in that first prequel?
X-Men First Class.
First Class, there you go. I couldn't think of it. Yeah. Which, oh my God, it's all about another horrible Horrible movie. I lost my shit, and I thought I was the only one when he kills Darwin.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you kill the person who adapts to everything, man? Everything. Like
I bet Bryan
I was so
Singer,
pissed.
Matthew Vaughn, and Fox were like, yeah, even when your power's to adapt to literally anything to survive, you're still black.
That's then you get a racist Nazi kills the only black dude in the movie.
They knew what they were doing.
Oh my god,
that's funny.
Who could adapt to everything? Watch this curveball.
They knew exactly what they were doing with that.
Yeah.
Darwin should have been the last man standing in that movie.
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, in the comic books, he's done a bunch of like weird shit where like, what do you do? He did something where like there's no way of winning, so I think his body just teleported him away, and he was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Oh yeah, no, you were gonna die, so you just teleported." Yeah. Dude was awesome. Dude is like a legit like crazy. Like he cannot die because his powers is avoiding death.
Literally his powers. It's like it's amazing to think that they decided to do it was just in the stupidest way.
Yeah. He eats a fireball. That's especially for a character like him. I was so mad. I'm like, tell me Fox just doesn't know anything about any of these characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that was so bad. I was mad. I was like, really? But Banshee lives? But you killed the fucking only cool fucking dude?
Yeah. There was so much cool possibility with Darwin too. There was so much cool stuff they could have done with him. Like I said, or like we said, his power is literally to adapt to anything
that could happen,
any and everything, for the sole purpose of survival. He should have survived that entire. Like he should have been in all this. Like he should have been in all the sequels through Dark Phoenix up until the present. All the movies that man should have lived, and in every situation he should have been the last man standing.
Yeah.
No, he should have not even been there. They would have teleported him somewhere else.
And now he's in China, like far away from him.
But unless your name was Wolverine or Mystique, when Jennifer Lawrence played the role, Fox just didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
I mean, they missed out so many storylines. You know what? X-Men used to be my favorite comic book run by far. I have more X-Men comics than I have of anything. But literally, like, I don't even pick them up anymore because it's just it pains me to watch. For them not to even acknowledge Storm being leader of the X-Men for like decades, like to not even go over those storylines. I just like, F it, man. I'm good.
Yeah, and in the comics, it's so crazy now. I have to get caught up with the Sins of Sinister stuff, but from what I understand, I don't think a lot of people are digging that storyline. So
it's not a great storyline. It's great covers. The art style, the artistic style is amazing. Yeah. So
that's how they get you.
I think that's what actually is that one of the comics you got you got signed? Like
yeah.
The sense is just the artistic style is amazing, but the storyline is booty. So it just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, they went off the deep end a long time ago, and I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, Professor X looks so fucking stupid now with his big dome helmet. All right, let's move on. That's a whole nother. We need that's a House of Nerd thing. Talk about comments like that. And it's only said our Airshim sounds like a water filter brand.
Oh, Fiji!
You went out of this world.
Fiji?
Yeah, with some godlike water.
Fuji what?
Airshim.
Or Airshim for men.
Giant
perfume bottle. It's a giant hand. That works.
Facts with Darwin. Yeah. Everyone was like, "How?
I'll kill him because he's black."
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah, I was so stupid.
They thought we didn't notice. They thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Yeah. Xavier said, "I hope they don't mess up the MCU version of the X-Men." I admit it, I'm a bit nervous. I am too, but I think I got enough faith.
Yeah,
I believe in Feige. I believe in Feige. I don't know if I believe. I'm worried about the movie, but the character development would be fine because Feige's gonna be all hands on deck.
It'll be an ensemble. You know, Marvel has proven they're pretty good with ensembles, so we won't. At the very least, I don't think I'm not as worried about as many characters being just disrespected. You know, they did a lot of characters dirty. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm a Taika fan, but if they ever say Taika's going to do an X-Men, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I don't even know why I'm leaving. I'm just leaving. No, I don't want him anywhere near my X-Men.
Oh, what you don't want a Guns N' Roses music video out of your X-Men movie?
You know, I'm trying to think. He has to be put in the right character, and I'm trying to think of like who's a good character. Maybe Morph would be good. You know, because Morph's already kind of a silly kind of character that also has a very deep trauma. So that Morph would be kind of cool because then you could be really goofy with it, you know, and then eventually get kind of deep with it. But I'm trying to think of like other characters because he can't go in and do like a Cyclops solo movie. Like that would just make no damn sense. Like that would make no sense. Yeah.
And you know, I like YTD. YTD. He's made a lot of stuff that I like. You know, even though despite Love and Thunder being a total trip up, but you know, he just kind of he just kind of went off his tether that he had with Ragnarok. Had a nice balance of pretty much everything.
So good. Exactly.
It was so good. You know, and Love and the opening. And I think I've said this in the past. But the first 5 minutes of Love and Thunder were awesome. It set a really good tone. Like if YTV ran with that, with some humor like here and there, like he did with Ragnarok, it would have been awesome. I think. But then it
lost its way. It literally lost its way, and that's the problem.
It lost its way. You know, he was more interested in screaming goats and Guns N' Roses. And it was like
I didn't mind the screaming jokes, but it shouldn't be. Everything can't be a joke.
Yeah, I thought they were
need to have some plot.
Yeah, I thought they were hilarious. Like my first two watches, and then after that, they just I don't know. It just kind of got old for me. But like every time something serious happened, it was like he had to undercut it with some poor attempt at humor, or screaming goats, or just something. And just. He, granted, he made Thor a little goofier in Ragnarok, but in this one, he just kind of made him a full-on goober, basically.
Yeah, see, it's different when you're dealing with a character that's so all-powerful, like literally is the most powerful being around.
He's a
right?
god.
Yeah, is a god, and you literally make him a little goofy, but he's still a badass, right? That's okay, But when you take him and make him just like an idiot, that's where you gotta draw a line. Like, okay, man, you're really messing with the character. You're not understanding what the character really is. It's you can use goofiness to add depth, but don't make the whole thing a punchline. Once you make the character a punchline, now it's no longer a superhero movie, and that's where I think he messed up.
Yeah, and he was riding the high from Ragnarok, and. A big sell of Ragnarok was the humor, which, admittedly I liked. I thought it was hilarious. But he just kind of, I think he got a little too absorbed in that and, just kind of, Ragnarok, like I said, I thought Ragnarok had a good balance.
Mm-hmm. Ragnarok might be one of my favorite movies.
Definitely one of the better ones.
I think he really did. There was a lot of great stuff to be had in Ragnarok. I still watch it all the time.
I was watching it the other day.
Yeah, I might even watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. So Brandon said he's not a fan of Taika.
I understand that. He's not for everyone. He's made a lot of stuff that I liked. I liked Ragnarok. I love What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People. So he's done a lot that I like.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit was really good.
Jojo Rabbit was great. You know, when
you know what I saw finally? Our flags mean death. I finally watched it. I finally was watching. I was like, dude, this is amazing.
It's so good. It is
good.
so good. It is so good. And season 2 is coming out pretty soon. Well, maybe not because of the writer strike. But no, yeah, Our Flag Mean Death was so good. Taika was so great as Blackbeard, and it had so much depth.
He should do his own stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like
when he does his own thing. Yeah,
it's so good right there. Yeah,
he's really at his best when he does original content for sure.
Yeah. Like I think he understands like how to do seriousness and depth with comedy, but like for whatever reason, he went all in with jokey jokes and making everyone a goofball and stuff like that with Love and Thunder. I don't know why. I really don't know why, because he's capable of doing it. You know, Jojo Rabbit. He did it super well, you know, like
it's kind of feels like a curse that comes with most sequels, like kind of like with you know, like with Avengers 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron, you know, like we didn't really upped it with a lot of the quips and the humor in Age of Ultron, and you know, it kind of detracted from the overall quality of the movie. Still an entertaining movie. I'll still watch it. Or you know, like when you know,
it got better. Age of Ultron got better the more you saw other movies and realized how important it actually was. I don't think Love and Thunder will ever get any better. Like it is what it is. They just did a poor job at some of this stuff.
Yeah, you know, in hindsight, I think there was a lot more interesting content to be had if the Guardians had more of a presence too, rather than them going with the Jane becoming the mighty Thor subplot. I think one of my favorite things about Ragnarok is they got rid of Jane. I thought that kind of worked to the movie's advantage. You know, nothing against Natalie Portman, great actress. I love watching anything that she's in, but Jane just wasn't a great character. And then when I heard they were going to bring her back for Love and Thunder, I'm like, hey, you know, Taika did pretty good with Ragnarok, so maybe he'll restore some integrity to Jane as a character. And it kind of seemed like they were going an interesting route with her, but unfortunately, it was just undercut with Thor being an idiot or a screaming goat or some attempt at humor. They just didn't go as far as Natalie Portman deserved, and she could have delivered on, because she's that good an actress.
Right. What does everyone else say? I don't know where we stopped.
Right. Xavier said, I don't want Taika near too many X-Men characters. He just needs someone to rein him in. He can't go full Taika again. I agree with that. 100% agree with that. They said, when are we getting Hercules?
Not until you get another. I think they won't wait till another
Thor
movie.
Thor, like Thor 5.
Yeah.
You know, that might be. And maybe we go a little more serious, more of like a you know, cat and mouse prey kind of the Odyssey.
Yeah, so like, but on a different foot, like so, like a Odyssey type of movie. Like he has to go through all these trials and tribulations, but it's actually Thor that's going through all those, with Hercules watching from the outside, like, and he's putting those up in place for him, like, you know, as you know, barriers for him to get through to see if he's even worth, you know, fighting him or anything like that. So you're putting him through a Odysseus type of
which
storyline.
Cool.
That would be cool.
That's a good idea.
But I don't see it with her. I see Zeus maybe doing something like that, but not Hercules, because Hercules is like, hey, when do I get to punch you a lot? Like he's like, you know, granted he is like in the mythos, he's smart, but
they effed up the whole idea of doing it with Zeus. You know, because I think Zeus was too goofy.
Too goofy.
So, you know, you say Hercules is now not just a Hercules like the demigod, he is now full god because he's become that, and we're going to give him the power to do those things. Because, you know, they mix powers all the time. Yeah. So I think that could work.
Yeah. I can see something like that. Yeah. But Tony said, to me, I feel Taika's humor appeals to people who get their tablets sticky from eating too many Cheetos.
That's I never thought of it like that. But that's good. That's good.
This way, especially like I do like Taika's humor, so like it's funny. Oh my god,
I did like Ragnarok. I liked it a lot. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. Like it's one of my favorite rewatchable MCU movies.
Really enjoyed Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's really good. Rag was better than Love and Thunder, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. Thor 3 and 4 were fun, but they were just too goofy. I still think the first Thor was the best. The first Thor was okay. I didn't mind. The second one was just complete dog shit.
I was fine with the first Thor. It mostly just seemed like filler, just to kind of introduce him before the Avengers dropped the following year. But I was fine with it. Thor: The Dark World was okay. It was pretty forgettable if I'm being real, which is almost worse than just being a bad movie when you're forgettable. It was just a forgettable movie. There were a couple of merits. Like I liked that we saw more of Asgard. Asgard kind of felt like a character of its own in certain sentiments, which was cool. But that's really all I can give it. And it was cool seeing the post-credit scene for Guardians at the time.
Yeah.
But those were really mostly the two standout things.
No, I agree exactly. The first Thor was just okay. The second Thor was just not very well written. Ragnarok, was very entertaining, and it was totally off of the brand, and I didn't see it coming, so that probably made me even enjoy it even more. Love and Thunder was just not good. Like as much as I wanted to love it, I wanted to enjoy it.
Yeah,
but Mighty Thor for me, and Valkyrie could have been. Why do we even need Mighty Thor when you could have used Valkyrie for a lot of the same stuff that was going on? It just didn't make sense.
Like you didn't.
Why have the same thing? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you didn't need the Mighty Thor. Like I said, I would have been fine with the Guardians being more prominent. Because that was there was a lot of potential to be had with that, or maybe
without
even
James
like
Gunn, without James Gunn, they weren't going to touch it.
Yeah. So the Mighty Thor, like I would have been fine with it being like you said, like a Thor and Valkyrie adventure, or really. When I heard that they were going to bring Sif back, I thought she was going to have a.
That's exactly what I thought, Lady Sif. Yeah. Why not bring her back in and let's make it make sense now? Why did you have to go for that extra, the other love interest? No, Lady Sif has always been there. Yeah, it's that best friend move, whatever, that you get put in the friend zone too long, and that's what we should have gotten from there. So
instead we got Goofy.
Yeah, we Taika made a punchline out of her.
Exactly.
It was, and
hopefully it can be fixed later.
Yeah,
hopefully.
You don't hire the great Christian Bale, an actor of his caliber, and despite his limited role, he was just killing it. No pun intended.
No, he wasn't. That was the problem. He wasn't killing. He should have been killing. He should have been killing God after God after God.
Like with this, like the man had like 10, 15 minutes of screen time. It felt like, but he made every second count. You don't hire Christian Bale in an MCU movie and then underutilize him like that. He was like I said, like he was Christian Bale didn't come to play in that movie.
It wasn't his fault.
He did, but the writer and director Taika was like,
they're like, we're gonna kill the God off screen.
Yeah.
Dude, he's Gore the God Butcher, and he did not butcher without one God in front of us. So that's why I was just disheartened. Or he did butcher one God. He
butchered one God in self-defense.
Yeah. On accident. Like, my bad.
So here's his
Tony Jane was the only good thing about Love and Thunder. Really?
Ooh.
But I like it's this comment. Then the next comment, it was like,
and then Chill says the movie would have been better without Jane.
Thank you.
And I'm probably on Chill's side on that one. I think it probably would have been better without Jane.
Yeah, she just like I said, one of my favorite things about Ragnarok was the fact that the fact
She wasn't there.
that she wasn't in it.
Yeah.
It worked to its advantage,
Horror Geek 9 says the first Thor was so average.
It really was. It really was. Like I said, I just looked at it as filler to the Avengers. They just needed to introduce Thor for the Avengers before the Avengers. That's all it was. I thought.
Yeah, it was a prep movie.
I'll take Ragnarok any day. I agree. I would take. That was one of my favorite movies that I watched. Period. It was goofy enough with enough action, with a good storyline. It made sense.
Yeah, yeah, and it had enough seriousness in it.
Yeah,
but
and it had a good villain, and it had a great villain.
A great villain that actually meant something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, no, it's like attached to him and this, that. I don't know. I thought it was great. And by a great actress. So, that was definitely a double whammy.
Plus Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo did the music, which was cool.
Oh, geez, yeah. All right. That went for a while.
Right? Sorry, I got a little carried away.
The viewer Drew's one. I didn't answer his thing because I felt like that's gonna take us on another tangent. But
yeah,
it's a very good question, man. I want to acknowledge this is a very good question, but I worry about answering it.
Why do I always fear what Drew's about to ask us and what I'm about to see?
All right, I'm just going to show you what it says.
Yeah. Look, well, he asks questions that should be seconds. Like an entire show.
Yeah.
If you give us topics, you give us
if you want to address it, 60 seconds. This is fine, but
let me stretch for this before I look at this question.
All right. What do you think is the action movie sequel of the best action movie sequel of all time?
I think did we talk about this?
I thought you already asked us this.
I think it's T2.
Yeah, I
think we did. I think I'm good with that. The T2.
T2, easy answer. Next topic.
Yeah, I think we talked
unless
about
you want to go Dark Knight, but now I'm
possibly Dark Knight. I would say T2 though.
Yeah,
T2 is epic for a long time.
Yeah. For action, yeah. I don't know if I would put Dark Knight as an action though.
Yeah,
I get
kind of had a lot of action.
A lot of action. Yeah, but I would still give it to T2 though.
So he said I meant worst action sequel of all time.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really, dude? I don't fucking know.
Well, you say like you know what? So Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Don't say it.
I didn't like the second Matrix, man. I love the third.
I love Reloaded.
I love the third movie. I did not like the second one, man.
Reloaded was a part one of a 2-part finale. So
but the problem, I think the CGI is what made me not like it. It's the same thing like the first Spider-Man. Like I think it looked so video game-ish in parts. It turned me off. Like him flying in the air looked so bad to me.
Yes,
the
really rubbery too.
Yeah, it just looked so.
But I think
awful.
that was just kind of the time.
Turned me off
because when he fights all the Agent Smiths,
but it was so. It was a smart, a great idea, but they couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, it was before its time.
Yeah, it was just,
technology wise.
The Matrix sequels kind of make me wish they just didn't make any sequels and just left the first one as a one-off.
I thought the third one was good. I love the
Zion. I love the third one.
Oh man, I thought it became very meta and just very thought provoking and
computer like virtual Jesus or whatever you want to dub it as.
The
less we say about the fourth one.
Say that.
Bad Boys 2 might be one of my favorite sequels. I don't know if I call it action or what I call it, but it's one of my favorite sequels. Period.
Yeah.
Bad Boys 3. I love all the Bad Boys.
It's essentially it's essentially GTA the movie.
Yeah.
This is a good answer. Great answer. Brandon won it, guys. Brandon Davis just won it. That Mortal Kombat 2 was the worst sequel I've ever seen. Action sequel I've ever seen.
They killed like Johnny Cage like
in the first
right off the bat, which was insane.
And then like 90%, 95% of the actors from the first movie were replaced.
Yeah. And that might be it. That was a bad suit because the first one was fun enough, but that second one was not good.
I love the first one.
Yeah, the first one was like great.
The first one was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I think it knew what it was and what it was gonna be.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, number 2 was just bad. Like Jax rips off his arms. I'm like, okay, you're stupid.
Yeah, I was like, all right, guys.
Yeah. And they just made Jax like the ultimate stereotypical token black guy archetype.
Yeah. So, but speaking of like Mortal Kombat, because there's the new game announcement and stuff like that. So, the next little tie-in. You want to watch? Right. Well, we got to at least watch one trailer.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I thought there was 3 that we needed to watch. So
there is.
So let's go. Let's do it.
Because we still got 2 reviews we got to do still.
10 minutes. Let's go.
Keep it 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay. Let's plow through these.
So we got The Creator. That just was released. Killers of the Flower Moon just got released, and Mission Impossible. All 3 just got released.
Didn't we just have something from last week that we had to watch?
Probably. I turned off my computer, so I lost all my tabs.
Oh, man.
And I think we had like 6 or so trailers. 5 or 6 there's a few, but there's old news at this point.
Yeah, let's watch one of them right now.
But these 3 are all new, and they're all like pretty good. We'll watch The Creator because I think we can do that one pretty quick. Then if you still want to do one, we could do let's do
these 2. We'll do 2 real quick, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I need at least 2.
Yeah,
for the weekend. All right, let me get this one set up real quick. I stuck in your head now.
I love that movie. I don't know, like I watch it all the time, man. Pop in the VHS.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, I still have the VHS.
I still remember going to the theater with my uncle, and you sitting there, and then there was this black screen. Then he just screams the Mortal Kombat. And you're like, what if it sounded like somebody was behind you? Like I'm like, and then music comes down. I'm like, are they gonna be like running down the aisles? Like I got so hyped right off the bat. It was like,
it's by far my favorite game. It's my favorite game. When I was watching the movie, I just enjoyed it. I was so immersed to it in it. Yeah. I knew exactly what was going on. I knew all the storylines. So
yeah, and the cheesy graphics. Scorpion takes off his mask and yeah.
Get over here.
Mortal Kombat 2 looked like a music video. Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. All right, I think I got it all going. So let's get it. Yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to check out a few trailers for the night. So if you're watching us live, we appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us. If you're watching on replay, thank you. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if this is the first time you're checking out one of our videos. We are live every Monday and Thursday. So if you want to be part of the show and be part of these reactions with us, make sure you join us on those days. But we're going to start off this one with The Creator. Just came out. John David Washington. So you guys know I like that guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor. I want to see him in the MCU. So, but I haven't seen this trailer, so I have no idea what it's about.
I actually believe I did see it. So let me see.
Okay. All right. Let's check it out.
What's heaven?
It's a peaceful place in the sky.
Are you going to heaven?
No.
Why not?
You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. As long as AI is a threat, we will never stop hunting them. This is a fight for our very existence.
Whatever's in there, they're sure worried about someone getting in.
Yeah, they're getting out.
watching TV.
We're
You
just
know what it
saying
is.
we can't go to heaven because you're not good,
Oh shit.
and I'm not a person.
Okay.
Did you locate the weapon?
Yeah, it's a kid. Seatbelt.
What do you want with the child? We are this close to winning the war. Execute her, or we go extinct.
They're coming to get me.
Wait, when? When's it coming out? I want to know when it's coming out. Is what the
Dude.
that was.
And I like the tagline: "Experience the motion picture event."
I know. It's really.
So I saw this earlier, and when I watched it out, the whole time I was thinking, this is epic. It's an epic event.
It is.
It looked amazing.
September 29th. The end of September.
Around Christmas. Oh, September? I thought it was going to be Christmas. I thought, okay, September. That's awesome. It seems right up his alley. All the type of movies he makes, thought-provoking. It gets you right in the feelings, especially if you care about something else other than you. You know, sometimes that's what it takes to really have this type of movies and have this type of reactions.
Yeah.
So I thought it was an ingenious type of movie, and I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Tony said, "Wait, where's John Connor?"
Exactly.
See, you got Terminator. I got more like Matrix vibes, like prequel to Matrix. Like this is how it all started. Like this is how we become batteries.
I got the Golden Child.
The Golden Child. So I know, Brandon, you left the room for a little bit. Did you see the trailer already, or did you miss it?
I saw the first half of it. I don't know what was happening. I had randomly gotten kicked out, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So he finds that girl, the little kid, that is a robot or an android at the very least, or
artificial intelligence at least.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting, especially with like the AI stuff going on right now. You know, is how big Chat GBT is and all these AI chat bots and stuff like that, which is kind of already interesting. So, and then you have a movie about it where like it was crazy. Like, they're meant to protect, and then they dropped a nuke. What you said, LA or something like that.
Yep.
Like I'm like, oh shit, like that's.
I mean, and they probably killed billions of people.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And now we're in war with something that we created. We are the creator, and now as they evolve, and it's one scene that really got to me was like they're crushing all these robots.
Yeah,
and you saw them fighting for their lives. You know, so in your mind you're thinking these are just machines, but they're not machines because now that they have
intelligence
and they're striving to not die, and that's a lot right there. That means you really are alive, and that you're more than just this entity. You're not a toaster.
Yeah.
You are fighting for life. That means you have something there that you understand that you are alive. So that means you're more that. I mean, animals don't even know that. So like this puts it on different perspective. So you're trying to wipe them off the world, and they're doing the same thing to us. And why? And seems like we are the creator, but we're trying to destroy them. And do we get destroyed by our own creation?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's just really deep. Just like all his movies are very deep. It's the same. It is something what Brandon said. It is very much like the same character that he's been playing in a lot of the movies.
Yeah. He kind of, Tenet and what else? didn't bring far what else he was in. Tenet was the big one. He was in something else too. But yeah. I mean, it looks dope for sure. And it's like that question of like, well, when is it murder? Kind of thing. Is like if these things understand they're alive and they don't want to die, and they have like maybe not a soul, but like they have intelligence and they understand.
A will to live. A will to live is
a big
thing.
In Amsterdam. Yeah,
Amsterdam.
Yeah, he was in Amsterdam. But yeah, like the will to live and not want to die is definitely big. Like, that was a great movie. Should have won the Oscar, but yeah, man, just like when does killing it like mean something, And I'm sure that's gonna be a question eventually for the human race as this AI keeps getting more and more.
Once you become self-aware, how can you just kill it? Self-aware things are alive, and now it's a new form of life.
Yeah, and
it just changes the entire dynamic, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good question your own humanity and what does it mean to be human, and then even the question that they asked at the beginning with the child, are you going to heaven?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, you can't go to heaven because you're not good, and I can't go to heaven because I'm not a human. Like, dude, it's deep. That's a deep statement.
Yeah. But I mean just religion with like AI, like if they understand it and they like say like Christianity, they repent. Do they go to heaven, or because they're created
by man?
They were created by the guy. It's
deep.
It's gonna suck in couple hundred years or something like that, and like our great grandkids or whatever got to figure this shit out. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's gonna be interesting, man.
I like what Tony's saying right here.
Some shaving.
Tony says, when AI takes over, I'm running to go get Arnold. Everybody get to the chopper.
Save me.
Now.
Yeah. My name's John Carter or John Connor. By law, you're supposed to protect me.
That would be exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a very cool trailer. I liked it.
Yeah, I know. What about you, Brandon? I know you didn't see much of it because you were in and out.
Oh, it looks pretty good. I like Gareth Edwards. I loved Rogue One. I like some of what he did with Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is an interesting. The concept is something that's really kind of attracting my attention.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah. We'll end with this kind of like when Brandon Davis said, maybe they may be self-aware, but it's a clump of metal. Being human is more than just being self-aware. Robots have no emotions, therefore it's okay to crush them in a pit. But if being self-aware, isn't that an emotion, not wanting to die, fear?
And
that's when you start getting into problems.
Not to mention, if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, we all know animals also have fear.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's aware that they're alive, is it wrong to kill them?
Yeah.
Once you open that can of worms, now you really are. And if you created them, how much do you owe them to be able to live out their lives?
Yeah. It's like you just can't
That God complex, man. It's something. That's with that brain.
This is gonna be good one. Like I said, I'm a huge John Washington fan. Yeah, so I didn't watch Amsterdam yet. I heard it's bad, so I might skip it and save my.
He was good in it, though.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that's good. So, but this looks great. September 29th. I'm probably gonna watch this, but I feel like I'm gonna walk out the theater not happy. Not in a happy place. I'm like, oh, that was good, but I feel shitty. Thanks.
I think it's gonna put me in a mood that I'm gonna question things, and I love movies that make me question things.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, because that's, I mean, like if you ever watch the Animatrix, you know, they have different little shorts, and one of the shorts was this, you know, like humans just killing all the robots, and then finally the robots are like, whoa, we're better than you, and then they turn us into batteries. Then boom, Keanu Reeves comes.
Well, isn't that kind of also the Orville? When they,
yeah.
You know, those
right.
robot things like they came, you know, their creators were using them as slaves, and all of a sudden they realized, I ain't got to listen to you, and they killed all of them. So like, who's the bad guy?
yeah. So, but cool. I think we all like this one. It seemed pretty cool. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think about The Creator coming out September 29th. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Does it look cool? Does it look interesting? Do you have thoughts on AI, like where it is now and what it might turn into? You know, so let us know. Leave a comment. Also hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Join us live every Monday and Thursday. And that's about it for this one. If you're watching live, stick around because we are going to talk about some other stuff. All right. Oh, crap. Yeah, that did look at that. I haven't seen that one. That was.
I saw it earlier today. I was like, I was thinking about the whole time. I was like, oh man.
I saw Zack Attacks too. I'm like, what is this? And I clicked on it. I saw like obviously the first scene is like, you know, John David Washington. I'm like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna save this for the show because I don't want. So, all right, you guys want to do a Sisu review real quick?
Yep, that sounds
and then
good.
we'll do another trailer, and then we'll do something like that.
Yep, let's do it.
We said Amsterdam was nice. Who said it was trash? I think a lot of the critics didn't give it too high of a praise.
It didn't do well. And,
I'll watch it eventually, like for sure. But
people didn't like like Tenet. You love that?
Yeah. But I like all that like weird ass sci-fi shit. So especially when it's like crazy like that. Like, oh well, you go back in time, but while time's still going forward, like when you start confusing people and they're like, huh? I'm like, gotta watch it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so Amsterdam got a 32 from the critics and a 62 from the audience.
Okay. Even 62 is a little low, but it's not horrible.
I think it's also you were walking into it not knowing what the hell is going on.
Yeah. The trailers really didn't explain much. All right. Let's do this Sisu review. You got a synopsis real quick?
Yep, we're good to go.
All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon down there and Brian the Grizzly over here. And we are going to talk about Sisu, the fairly recent action movie made by the guys who did John Wick. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to give you our likes, some of our dislikes, and then at the end give you our official Spoiler Kings rating. But before we do, Brian, got a quick breakdown of what this movie is?
All right, here we go. Sisu is a 2022 historical action film written and directed by Jalmari Helander. Set in Finnish Lapland during World War II, the film follows a gold prospector who attempts to secure his stolen gold and defend himself from a German death squad led by a brutal SS officer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Good,
without telling you anything about the movie. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so we'll get off right off the bat. We'll start with some of the stuff we liked. Brandon, what you like about this one?
Well, I actually watched this earlier this afternoon, like right when I got off work, so it's still pretty fresh in my mind. It's a very quick watch. It's a very and the pacing. It really doesn't waste any time. It really hits the ground running.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those things that you really have to watch from the beginning. Otherwise, you might be like a little lost as to what's going on because that's how quickly it moves. The action was brutal.
Yeah.
Kind of delivered what I expected. Who doesn't like seeing, Nazis get what's coming to them? So that was awesome. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And the dog didn't get hurt.
Okay.
So, dog did it.
Yeah. Everyone else did.
Yeah.
Can I go likes? I think I like seeing the world how Finland was kind of taken over, and how much destruction went on during World War II, and even understanding what Sisu is, it's not one of those things that can be translated in words, but it's just like this unbelievable determination that to stave off death, right? And that's what you see during the movie. So you see his determination, no matter what situation he's in, to not die and to kill everyone in his way. And I thought that's exactly what you get in every moment of this movie. Like all 96 minutes of this movie is about him not I'm not going to die no matter what the hell you do to me. Like, you could put a chain around my neck and drop me from 100 feet in the air, and somehow I'm going to figure out a way to kill you with this same chain and not die. It's amazing, like the things you see. I mean, and I like the way the women were used in this movie also. I like the idea of the treasure, and him being able to find this treasure after being such a badass during the war, and how the war ate at him. It's like the countryside was like almost like a reflection of him and how he was, being lost. Like, he was eaten up and beat up by this war. The world was the countryside was beat up by this war, and it's coming to the end. And just because it doesn't look like it's going to kill you, doesn't mean it won't. I mean, there are things in this movie that you see that you never thought about seeing. Like, you see mines, but you never seen someone throw a mine at somebody. Like, like you've seen things, people dive, from in the most brutal ways, but you don't see someone doing it with nothing, with his bare hands. Like, it's crazy. And the determination actually kind of was, I don't know how to explain it. Like, people would see the determination, and it will get them determined, and it will just kind of go on and on and on, and more people will become more determined by seeing this guy just do it and be this badass. And I thought that was so cool. Everything was just, it was done so well. It's very John Wick-ish, but it's just so much carnage. If you like movies with just carnage, this is what this is.
Yeah. So right before exactly. Before I go, Horgy said, but watching Taylor Swift getting ran over by a car was so random and hilarious.
What?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Taylor Swift. I know that will be awesome, but I get it, like, skinny blonde chick. And Sisu is a lean and mean, brutal action machine that was fun to watch. Exactly. It started off right off the bat. It is like, here it is, and then here's what he has to do, and then here's all the issue he has with it and stuff like that. So, it was great. He was great. The actor who played Sisu, he never had a name either. So. But
so Sisu was just the way you to stave off death. But he was just the old man that was.
But they gave him a backstory. Like, people knew him.
Huge. Yep.
The Nazis, when they called, he had a dog tag on, and it gets the Nazis find it, and they call it in, and that's when they find out who he is. And they're like, oh yeah, he's like, he doesn't die, and then the women start saying who he is. They're like, oh yeah, no, like, they couldn't control him. You couldn't control him or discipline him. All you did was let him loose. Corpy? Yeah, so something like that. Corpy. Yeah. That's what they kept saying.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just like the story got bigger and badder. Like, the more they reached and learned about him, they realized how much of a badass this dude is. Can you imagine being drowning in water and using air bubbles
from the dude you just slit his neck from? That was insane. He goes, oh, I need to breathe. Slice. Let me steal the little bit of air you have in your lungs. I was like, what? Because at first I'm like, what is he doing? I'm like, is he sucking the air out of his slit throat? That's fucking brutal, man. Like, holy shit. Yeah, that was intense. I did not. But yeah, it was it's here. I don't know how to pronounce this. AATAMI. That was his name, and then Corpy. AAT. So at AMI. At Ami.
Atami. Yeah.
Yeah. This is it's the Norwegians.
Atami Corpy.
Murder. Yeah. Yeah, man. And then the main Nazi guy was Bruno Heldorf. And he was great. I think he was really great. But even his goons were cool too. You know, like they were just shitheads. You know, like they're all just like little assholes.
And they deserved it. It's funny. You enjoyed seeing them die because they deserve to die. Every time I saw it, I was like, I thought of Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, they deserve to die and hope they burn in hell.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, it's like what I thought about every single time.
Yeah, you didn't feel bad when any of them died.
No,
they had zero redeeming qualities. So it was good.
They're saying they're holding on to the Finnish women to rape them later. Like, dude, like, come on, you are literally the worst scum of the earth.
Yeah.
So like,
you're bad.
You're a Nazi. Like, it's like you're it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's like
if you ever want to vote for someone to die, it's like, yeah, that's the guy. That's him.
Yeah, they were definitely like the pinnacle of bad guys. You know, like they did everything bad under the sun that you could think of. So, but that's what like also like when the one woman started telling the story and she's laughing and he's like, "What are you laughing at?" And she's like, "You're already dead." You know, and I'm like, oh, you better believe her. Like, she wouldn't just be laughing at her captor. You know, it's like, you know, and as soon as he said that, the dude gets freaking killed from outside. Oh my god, the killing was definitely the best part of this movie. Like some of these deaths were awesome. The women in the truck, I did not expect that. Like the top comes off and they just, I don't know where they got those damn guns from, but they just, that was awesome. You know, it was like, yeah, that's when you stand up in the middle of the theater and start screaming like, kill him. Just kill him.
Don't get him. He's running away. Get him.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a freaking bloodbath murder. Nonstop murder for like 90 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
is a
Madara
Uchiha is the prototypical bad guy.
Yeah, because I mean, with no redeeming qualities, and sometimes you need that in a movie that's going to be this over the top. I think that's the guy who was the Nazi guy.
No, that's a freaking Naruto character. That's why I'm like, is that Naruto?
Oh, like,
yeah, the Uchiha. I was like, is that Naruto?
Oh yeah, okay, but the Uchiha.
I had to look it up for a second. Yeah,
the Uchiha clan. I was like, wait a minute, okay, my bad.
Yeah, because this guy was like a Henny. Eskel Henny was Bruno, was the main Nazi guy. Okay. Yeah, when he said Uchiha, I'm like, is that a Naruto? I had to double check because I haven't watched Naruto in a while. That's funny, dude.
All 400 episodes or 4,000.
Yeah, he's the prototypical. Yeah. It was. Well, then like the part that like, so I'll start off some of the bad stuff because I was very little.
What are bad things that you're gonna do?
So spoiler if you haven't seen it, they killed the horse.
Yeah,
that's the only time I was like, oh, like that's like. Every other time when somebody died, I was like, "Yeah, kill him." Then when it happened, I'm like, "No." It was so sad. And then even he was sad about it. Like, and they show it. They show
too much of it, and that it was one of those things that actually like made me uncomfortable while I was watching it. Like I was
a little bit, because they show the guts everywhere, and then he gets sad. You know, he goes and kind of grabs his head, and you know, just his horse. You know. But you know, then he obviously has to go right back to business and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the only part. I mean, I didn't hate it. It didn't ruin the movie by any means. It was just it sucked to watch, and I did not expect that to happen because the dude goes flying, and they must have had like a dummy horse with a dummy on top of it. Because when it blows up, you see the guy just like ragdoll off, and I'm like, holy shit! And then it's just like a puff of red. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. But yeah, that was my only like dislike, but yeah. What about Brandon? I'll let Brandon go.
Yeah.
there were parts that almost kind of tried a little too hard to be a Tarantino movie.
I can see that.
Especially with kind of like dividing it into chapters, kind of the overall mood of it, seemed like it was trying to be Inglorious Bastards at times. But and really it's so fast paced that if you miss anything or if you come in late, it's really easy to kind of just be like, what the heck is going on? That's how quickly it runs. So like the really swift runtime and pacing works for and against it at times. I do kind of like that they kept it as long as it needed to be, but you really have to have a specific you have to really have a specific taste to appreciate this movie, and it's definitely not for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Personally, I think we all unanimously enjoyed it. But yeah, kind of not for it's a very specific flavor.
For sure.
I think what you're going in, to see this movie. My critique of it is that I saw it with my wife, right? She went to go get a popcorn refill, and she walked in probably like 10 minutes, back in about 10 minutes after it started, and she could not ever catch up because it does not slow down for anyone. So she could understand parts of what was going on, but it just did not slow down. She never got the gist of what was actually going on, because when you miss the first 10 minutes, you're not understanding who this guy is. It's like a fast moving train. You can't get off. So as I said, as Brandon said, if you're watching it, if you're watching it from beginning to end for that 96 minutes, it's great. But if you come in any time missed, someone went to the bathroom, you have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It goes from scene to scene to scene to hanging to cutting people's throat open, to breathe. Like it goes landmines. It goes back to back to back to back to back, and it's really fast paced. But it might be too fast paced. Like you can't understand. It's not like a huge plot. It's just like this unbearable will. There's nothing else going on. And I think that probably hurts it a little bit as far as cinematically. It's not a cinematic masterpiece. It's just awesome seeing it.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. You know what? Since you kind of said like cinematically watching it, let's just do our reviews with it, because I got a weird take with it. So if it's your first time checking us out, we do our things a little bit easier. We do now, later, never. Now means you gotta go check it out right now before it gets ruined. Later means you can wait till it's streaming and watch it at home. And never means just skip it. It sucks. So Brandon, I'll let you go first. What you giving this one?
I think I'd have to give it a later. Much as I enjoyed it and I had a great time watching it, it's like really good for like an evening with like some snacks and a couple of drinks on your own. Maybe like if you got some friends, maybe who like share the same tastes as you, who just love their violence, very very brutal, especially towards characters who deserve it. You could have a fun night of it, but it's not anything like rush out to the theater. Just kind of pop it on whenever. You could even wait until it's on a streaming service, that sort of thing. So it's fun. I had a lot of fun, but not necessarily anything I feel like you need to rush to watch. So I'll give it a later.
Okay. Brian?
The idea of Sisu is so incredible. It's one of those things that you can explain to someone and then watch the movie and they understand exactly what's going on. And it's very entertaining. But I think it's better to watch at home. Honestly, I believe this is a movie that in the theater, you're like, whoa, that was crazy, but it'll go so fast. Once again, I tell you, you go fill up your popcorn, you go to the bathroom, you miss everything. At home, you're able to pause, you get to enjoy, you're able to see everything. And though usually what we have now, you need to go to the movie theater, you need to stop what you're doing, you're going to go watch it right now. I think this is a later because you need to watch it at home. You need to be able to enjoy it and ingest all this at home to really understand it's a better at home movie than it is a theater movie.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. And like, I agree with both of you guys. I love this movie. This movie should have came straight to a streaming service.
Yes.
If it would have went straight to a streaming service like Peacock or Paramount or one of those.
Prime. This is a prime movie. It's perfect for the boys and all that. It's a prime movie.
Yeah. So definitely that's where it belongs. Because if it would have straight to there, you see the trailers, hyped up some of the trailers and put it there, it would have been amazing. Because right now, I'm looking at it. You can watch it. You can rent it on Vudu and stuff like that for like $20. Which it's not bad, and I recommend watching it right away. Like as soon as you can watch it at home, watch it at home. So like while you can watch it at home right now, $20 is a little steep, maybe if you get a discount somehow, but but it's definitely better at home. Especially you put it on the big screen, blast the surround sound or whatever you got, and put some popcorn in and just watch it. And it's definitely a at home kind of thing. But it was still good. It was so much fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But it just felt like an at-home movie. It didn't feel like an epic theatrical kind of movie. But it was great. It was good. Seeing Nazis get killed is always fun.
Definitely.
So. Yeah. How can you say no?
Yeah. Yeah. You can always do like a Nazi killing night watch party and just have
if y'all got shots every time a Nazi gets killed, you will be effed up in the morning.
Yeah, watch this and what's the other one? Inglourious Bastards. So for the critics, let me bring that up. The critics give it a 94. Oh shit, my bad. Didn't mean to. Critics give it a 94, which was awesome. I did not expect that, and then the audience gave it 88. So they're both right there in the upper, good range of everything. But that really threw me off with the critics were like, oh no, it's 94.
Because it was well done. I mean, for what it was, an action war movie that was 91 minutes.
Yeah.
That's for what it was great. But as again, it's a fast moving train. It's a roller coaster. How many roller coasters can you just jump on? That's kind of where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. So that just for that, watch it at home, man. Nice get 4K, enjoy it at home on Friday night.
70-inch TV, all dark, just watching it. Even not with your significant other, with your boys. Watching it with your boys would be cold. So
Definitely.
Yeah, this is a good like you said, like hang out, kind of drink and just chill with the friends.
Pop can you imagine being able to slow it down, and as the mind blows up, you see someone's eye pop out, like
the leg go flying off.
Do you see it? Look at it. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah. There's definitely some scenes I want to pause, and then go slow mo and like look at it. I'm like, oh, how did they do this? How did they do that? So, yeah, but. So I think we all liked it, but we all gave it a later just because you should watch this at home. Yeah. It's a great movie for home, so but I'm definitely gonna buy it. I think I'm gonna buy this on the 4K, UHD when it comes out on like Target or some shit. I think I want to own this. I want to own it. I
think there's something that you want to be able to pull out at any point in time. Guys, have you seen this? Bam.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It starts off with the Nazi sling the throat under the water. That was awesome. I love that. I was like, oh man, that was awesome. Talk about like underwater scene that already looks better than the Little Mermaid.
Too soon.
Too soon. But you guys got anything else before we close this one out?
No, I mean it was just enjoyable movie. But yeah, it's definitely a time and a place for it, and a time and a place is home. And enjoy it with your own stuff when you can pause.
Yeah. Anything else, Brandon?
Pretty much that's all I had.
Okay. But cool. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. If you're watching our replay, appreciate you guys. Thank you for checking us out. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're on our way to 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, we're gonna start doing some giveaways. So you want to be here for that. And if you want to be part of the show, you have to check us out on Mondays and Thursdays. So make sure you hit that subscribe button
bell notification
and the bell notification. There you go. And join us. But cool. Yeah. Thanks for the guys in chat hanging out with us in chat for this review, but we are going to move on to our next topic for the night. Later. All right.
Every time I watched the movie, it was like, this is what John Wick would do if he was in World War II. If you just put him in Germany or put him in Finland with Nazis all around, this is what happened. John Wick just going around killing everybody. You know?
Yeah. I should be like, he's John Wick's great grandfather. Something.
He killed him with a pencil. A pencil. He's the same moment. He's like, he threw him landmine. A landmine.
That was great. I knew it was coming, and they still was like happy.
I wanted to back it up. I wanted to be paused. Like, man. I mean, seeing it was one thing, but just seeing the blood everywhere is great gore. But being able to pause it and see it, every little thing, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah. You guys down for one more trailer? And then we'll do a quick. Yeah. All right, we'll try to keep this one a little short. Goal is to be done before midnight.
Yes, all together.
We can do that. Yeah. All right. Oh, what the hell, man? I hate this autoplay. All right. So I'll do, obviously, Mission Impossible. You know, we got our first trailer for it.
Yeah. Have to.
So you got to watch it. Stream. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Let's do this Mission Impossible trailer. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon down there, Brian the Grizzly. And we are doing our live show. And during our live show, we watched some trailers. So today we're going to watch Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 with Tom Cruise. So if you want to be part of the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button and join us live every Monday and Thursday and be part of the Spoiler Kings and be part of the show that you're watching right now. But have you guys seen this trailer yet or no?
I saw part of it and then I stopped and I was like, I'll watch it all the rest with you guys.
Oh yeah. So I didn't watch it yet, so I'm super excited about it. So let's check it out and then we'll talk about it.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. And we cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
The world is changing. Truth is vanishing. War is coming.
It's been a long time, friend. You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
If anything happens to them, there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
Holy crap. That's awful.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Your life will always matter more to me than my own.
none of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
if we were taking shots for every time we saw Tom Cruise running like that, we'd be drunk already. Like
that's Tom Cruise's thing. They should just get him to replace Ezra Miller as the Flash. You know,
He won't look as
He won't run
stupid.
yeah, he won't run like an idiot, and you'd save a ton on CGI budget. You know,
because he's really that fat.
yeah, he probably he probably causes sonic booms with his with his running, sending cars flying from like the resulting shockwaves and stuff. He could probably run so fast he could turn back time if he wanted to.
He probably does.
Like Superman.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, Flashpoint.
Yeah, just have him replace Ezra Miller.
It's been a long time.
Such a cliche. It is such a cliche. This whole movie's full of cliches. Everything that you think about Tom Cruise, I was waiting for his shirt to be off in one scene, and then he already saw the running scene 15 times in the same one, and we already know about the taking a motorcycle off a cliff, which is like the coolest scene I've ever seen in my life in any movie. Yeah. The fact that you can actually do that, just mind blowing.
In the trailer, it seems very unnecessary. So I'm kind of curious to know the context of why he has to do that.
I have to get down to the bottom of the mountain in 5 seconds. This is the only way.
Give me your dirt bike.
This is the Mission Impossible movies. They're pretty much just a day in the life of Tom Cruise in terms of like the crazy stunts that he does each movie.
Mm-hmm.
So really, this is just a highlight reel of probably like another Wednesday afternoon.
I was gonna say it just says Tuesday. What I did on Tuesday.
But I'm here for it. I love the Mission Impossible movies. I think they've progressively stepped their game up with each one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm always game for more Mission Impossible movies, and I like that the same guy behind Mission Impossible. I think Mission Impossible Rogue Nation moving forward, or which one came after Ghost Protocol? Was it Rogue Nation or Rogue Nation. It's Rogue Nation that came after Ghost Protocol, and the last couple were like easily like some of my favorite ones.
Mm.
Yeah, the last few ones were great.
Yeah, so Dead Reckoning sounds like it's going to be awesome. I like that it's going to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what you want for a summer blockbuster. Remember, I've said this before. This is the summer blockbuster, not Oppenheimer. This is the one I want to see over and over again because it's going to be entertaining. You have to suspend reality, and it just gives you a sense of just this is the summer. This is it. This is a big thing, and I'm enjoying all of it. I better have some better stunts. I want to have some. I don't want that off a cliff thing be the only stunt with him pulling a parachute. I want something worse. I want or even crazier.
I want him to see almost die.
I want to see him like running up a train that's going down up sideways, like somehow. Like I want something just that doesn't even make sense, and I want it now.
Yeah. This is like probably my most anticipated of the summer. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to see Tom Cruise risk his life for my entertainment.
It's what he does best. Brandon Davis said, "I'm definitely going to see see that twice in the theater." There you go. Xavier said, "Cruise replacing Miller works for me." We start this petition. It's this recast Flash. There you go. Brandon Davis, I hate that they showed that the motorcycle scene in the trailer. Save me something for the film. They have
But,
a whole featurette of it.
Yeah, and you know, when haven't they showed the big Tom Cruise stunt per movie in each of the trailer? You know, we've seen him climb
They
the.
showed it last year, right? Didn't they show that motorcycle last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the big money shot of the trailer. You know, they showed that. They showed him hanging off the train or hanging off the plane for Rogue Nation. You know, him climbing the Burj Khalifa. So they always show the big stunt in the trailer. You know, that's one of the big draws of the movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna ruin that because I want to know why. Why is he jumping off the cliff? Because when you jump and they do the look from up top, I was like, there's nothing around you. Why are you doing it? So I want to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the viewer Drew said, "Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning is most anticipated movie of 2023."
I mean,
it's up to top 3 probably for me.
It's the top 3 for me. Spider-Man is still number 1 for me. I cannot. You don't understand? Like I wake up in hope that it's June 2nd. Like every night, is it June? No, not yet. Okay. I go back to sleep. But
You got the calendar that you cross out the days. You need to make a short with that. Like on that Friday or that Thursday, you like cross it out, and then the next day you like Spider-Man circle it in. There's like
the day.
It zooms out to you going like, yeah. Like
no, it's to be having my whole Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah. You put on the mask. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, but no, this is definitely up there. Guardians was up there for me, and Spider-Man and Mission Impossible, I think, are up there for some.
Honestly, The Flash. I know everyone hates it. It's going to be a big one too. So, but those are the summer movies. Those are the big blockbusters coming for this summer. So I can't wait to see. And
the next 2 months,
it's going to be amazing. Every week it's going to be something else.
Yeah. If you live by an AMC or you go to AMC, you might want to get the AMC membership thing. Because I think you have to, when you do, you have to stay for at least 3 months or they're going to charge you.
Yeah.
The next 2 months are guaranteed. Like every week there's at least one for at least the next 2 months. So I think if you go twice, it pays for itself.
Exactly.
So if you go 4 times,
it's hot in the summertime too. So it's like we might as well go in there, get nice and cool, get your popcorn and enjoy these great movies that we're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. So but yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the theater. Only 2 movies coming out, like I mentioned, I'm not interested in. But, Mission Impossible, Spider-Verse, I'm really excited for.
Transformers, Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of them still. I mean,
Yeah. I'll link our we did a most anticipated for June and July. I'll put a link up top, so if you want to check that video out. I don't know. You guys got anything else for this one before we move on?
No, it was great. I think it was a really good, entertaining trailer.
Yeah,
and I don't have to wait 9 months to see the movie. Even though
that first trailer. Even though they put that last trailer out over a year before.
It was. They said not coming to July of 2023. I was like, what?
11 months ago. That's when that one came out. So, and then the stunt. There's a whole video about the stunt was 4 months ago. So
crazy.
Yes. Yeah, big time. But cool. If you're watching live, stick around. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you're watching on replay, and it's your first time checking out one of our videos, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. We do a bunch of trailer reactions like this and reviews, TV shows, movies. So once you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification because we are live every Monday and Thursday. So make sure you come and join us and be part of the show like some of these guys were. But yeah, and then you also we're getting to 1,000, so you want to hit that subscribe button because at 1,000 we're going to give away a few prizes for that big milestone, so you don't want to be missing out. But that is it for that one. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Let us know what you think about it. But we are out of here. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, guys.
Next topic. Just do that. They were like, was it what the fuck is that? Austin Powers. where like where you have the lady next to him like next.
Yeah,
Like,
next.
just do
Yeah,
that.
just the yelling skin. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my
We can
god.
maybe change out the Batman. Like next topic. And the doors open up and it just like opens up to us again.
You can't change out the Batman. Come on.
With it. So we got a couple questions. Big question: Bond or Hunt? Good question, Brandon.
Give me Luther.
Yeah.
I'll take Luther.
Yeah, which is funny because like I can't because we're gonna talk about Bel-Air. Like they mentioned Luther.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I saw that. I'm like, hey, I get that reference now.
Awesome.
Bond or Hunt? I think Hunt, just because Bond, you could pick and choose different Bonds, and some are good, some are bad. Hunt is at least been one actor.
If you're part of his family, he's going to do whatever he can to keep you. As you say, your life means more than mine.
Yeah. And then Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. Which one do you like more? I don't know them by name because when I first got into it, I just kind of started watching one.
I think
I'm looking at it now.
I think I'm a Ghost Protocol person more than Rogue Nation.
Okay. What about you, Brandon?
I've never really thought to compare the Mission Impossible movies. And I'm not particularly interested in doing that because I really like them all. So I'm gonna have to say no comment.
You don't want to rank them and ruin one.
It's not like your favorite kid. I mean,
yeah. Well, there's a lot of like critics that refuse to like do ranking kind of stuff just because they're like, no, like it's
I
all
love
good
them
or
all
bad.
equally.
Yeah, yeah. But well, you go. Brandon Davis said Ghost Pro without a doubt. Hint because he displays a new skill every movie.
It's a Hunt.
Oh yeah, Hunt. There you go. Yeah. I can see that. Ghost Protocol without a doubt when he was hanging off the Burj
Khalifa.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one. Have you guys seen the Bourne movies? And if so, what are your thoughts? The first one was okay, and then after that, I was over it.
I love all the Bourne movies.
Dude,
I know Brandon doesn't either. I love every single one of the Bourne movies.
No, I like the Bourne movies.
Jason Bourne is great.
No, I like the Bourne movies. I just got distracted when Paul Greengrass took over directing and he couldn't stop shaking the freaking camera.
Yeah.
As much as I say I don't mind it, it did give me a little bit of headache. I was watching the other day. I was like, yeah, this is a little bit much.
Certain movies, you don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. But I just like the first one. After that, I just kind of and then when they changed it to Hawkeye, what's his name?
Yeah, but that's only for a one-off, and then they have two other movies after that, and those two other movies are very, very good.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I might get on the train again.
I'm not sure I liked the last Jason Bourne movie. I thought it was just okay.
I think Jason Bourne was good. Bourne Ultimatum is probably my favorite, but Jason Bourne was good. You know, and got him back into the States. And
they lost me at the 22-year-old CIA director.
What?
It's better than the 150-year-old one that was there before. They looked like a real dinosaur.
Skeletor.
He looked just like Skeletor.
Jeez. Now I want to watch this for that.
Like this was wait for him.
And he runs away. Turns around and runs.
Oh man, that's great.
Now I gotta watch just to see that. Like the old man and the kid.
You're right though. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Brandon said, "I know my Mission Impossibles." There you go. So, but cool, man. Appreciate you guys. But you guys ready to talk about Bel-Air?
Yeah.
So I figured we'll just do the entire season instead of the last. So we'll just do the entire season 2. We'll try to keep it like 15 minutes to be pretty good.
I've only been waiting for 3 months, so let's get this out the way.
3 months.
Yeah, 6 weeks, 3 months. Yeah, it's all the same. It's not even 6 weeks. It's been like 3 weeks. I'm really just over exaggerating everything.
I get it because that had a good ending. So you're ready to talk about it. All right, let's get it. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon down here, Brian the Grizzly over there, and we are going to talk about Bel-Air Season 2. All finished up. We all watched it eventually. We all got caught up. So we're gonna talk about the entire season. So if you haven't watched it or hasn't finished watching it, spoilers, because we're gonna talk about everything. But we'll do some of the good, some of the bad, and then give our rating of the season itself. But I have Brandon start off, and then we'll go around the horn. So, what are some good things you liked about this season, or just some parts or ideas or whatever?
Well, there's definitely no shortage of drama on this season.
Yeah.
Like that, it's drama AF just at every turn with every character. No, that's like I've said in the past. That's one of my favorite things about it. The direction they decided to go, rather than just making a carbon copy of the original, because really they couldn't. I like how Will progressed as a character between season 1 and this season. He was a lot more mature, a lot more voice of reason, a lot less rash than he was in the first season. So to see where he's at now as a character was one of my favorite things about it. It did good developing him as a character. The way things kind of went with this season, it kind of feels like they're going to do the same thing with Carlton moving forward. Everyone kind of progresses as characters, which is great. So it just really had my attention the entire way through. And I'm not really, really much of a drama guy, admittedly. It's probably one of my least favorite genres. but this one really worked for me, I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Any like scenes that you liked in particular, like that were like, oh damn, that was good, or that was deep, or something like that?
Pretty much any scene where Will was looking out for Carlton, and Carlton was kind of being kind of smart alecky about it, or just kind of being Carlton. But I thought that those were some of my favorite character moments, because like I said, it showed how much Will has kind of progressed as a character, which was great to see.
Yeah.
The last 5 minutes of the season finale just kind of really grabbed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it had me wanting more. I'm interested to see how and where they move with that.
Yeah.
So those were like two of my main things.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
I felt like Carlton seemed like he was going in the right direction and it was going great, and then he just totally unraveled. So like a character development, can you imagine like you see a complete arc and the guy is finally becoming where he's supposed to become, and then unravels it before your very eyes. I feel like that's exactly what Carlton did. Mm-hmm. Will is a child, so he's going up and down. He's trying to get to where he's trying to go. It's a boat in the middle of the ocean. He's going up and down. He's going to do some good stuff, do some bad stuff, but it always comes down. I think I know better. Oh man, I don't know better. Man, Uncle Phil, you were right. It's just like literally over and over the same story in every aspect of his life. That's what he's doing. But everyone is going through these things. I mean, even the stuff with I think he made a bad choice between Lisa and Jackie. I would have went Jackie, man. F that. Me personally, I would have went Jackie. I was like, I could deal with it. I mean, even what they showed about what Doc. They showed like, though he looks like a dick and he's like a bad guy, he really wasn't the bad guy.
Yeah,
he's the lesser of two evils. He was really giving them those. He doesn't understand. He didn't understand because he had all these opportunities that these other guys don't have the opportunities. He's the only one out there providing these opportunities for these guys, and that's a lot of life. When you're in a poor neighborhood and you're in your life is my only way out is by this sport or whatever it is. That is literally your life. and it's literally your only way out.
Yeah.
And because you can afford to be holier than thou. You think that you're all this greatness, but it's not really that. You're not. Don't realize this guy's providing an opportunity that wouldn't be there for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shows the gray area, of these characters, which is really good.
That's where a lot of them are right in the gray area.
Life is a gray area, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you have to understand. And a lot of them are living in that gray area. I love the Founders Award stuff, even though I thought he should have shut the F up and took it, and you could admit to your family at home, bro. Like, what? You ain't got to tell everybody in the whole school about your business.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something someone told me a long time ago. It's like, there's things you keep to yourself. What goes on at your home, things that you're doing in your private, the things that happen in your family, you keep to yourself and keep it within this family, in these four walls. You ain't got to, air all your dirty laundry out in the streets for everyone else who don't care about you. And I didn't understand that. I was like, why the hell are you saying this to everybody else? Shut the F up. Apologize to Ashley at home and tell your parents the truth then. You ain't got to do it in front of everybody, embarrass everybody else.
Yeah. The only thing I would give it, like, he was high. So obviously he wasn't in the right state of mind. But this also isn't the first time he's done that. So
he lives high.
Yeah, true. That's his normal state.
Yeah, that's his normal state of being. So like, you didn't make any bad decisions because you're high. You made a bad decision because you're trying not to be high. Like just know that you keep your personal stuff personal sometimes, because it doesn't just affect you; it affects everyone in the family. For a show that's all about family, I thought that was kind of weird that he did that, and I don't think that's an actual thing that would have happened. So I mean, just those are things I saw. Once again, we still had some characters that did not really do much. Ashley didn't really go anywhere. Viv had her little thing, so she's having her own side thing. Jeffrey's still the dude. Like him and Phil had that falling out, but Jeffrey still came back, as a badass. And I can't wait to see more about what's going on with him and his son and what's happening. So yeah, that's a very interesting little thread, and I'm really looking forward to Carlton, having to go to JUCO and still reaching his all the possibilities he has. Like he's going to have to deal with the whole senior year, going to rehab, but still trying to reach his goals. Or does this huge thing for the Founders Award keep him from being a lawyer or a judge or any of those things because he made a decision at the age of 16?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think sometimes you should shut your damn mouth and just went on. But this is a very real series, real consequences, and that's what made me enjoy it.
Yeah. I think because we started doing weekly ones, and then I don't think we weren't getting the views people tend to leave right at the end. So we kind of stopped, and then I think I went on vacation. I stopped watching for a little bit, but I think the season started off good. It had a few bumps. I felt like the actual protest was like the actual thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was okay. I didn't hate it, but it seemed different from everything else, all the other episodes. But then the next episode after that, it was just right back into what we're used to. So I was like, okay, whatever. They were maybe trying something different or trying a different vibe because of the tone of the realness of what the protest is and stuff like that. But yeah, it was very much like season 1, where it was like, we got stuff and then they get better and then they got worse and then they got better and then the big setup. And this one had at the end, great setup for everybody, not just Will, because at the end of season 1 it was just Will, what's gonna happen with him. This is like everybody, from Ashley to who she might have a crush on, to Viv and Phil and Will and all that stuff. So I was like, really, really cool. But I just like, they fixed the drama from season 1, which I like, and then there's new drama, So I'm like, okay, you fixed that problem, and now you have the next problem, which I'm okay with. Because then if a problem stays a problem for too long, it gets boring. It gets uninterested. You know, it's like I don't care at that point. You know, so you know the whole son thing. He met him, he fixed him, this and that, and now there's another problem. You know, so because but it makes sense too. You know, like there's a reason why you should not have met your son. You know what I mean? Now we're gonna find. Now your son's gonna find out why.
Why you left him in the first place?
Why you had to be away from each other.
And we'll find out what Phil did to keep him safe.
Yeah. So all of it, even Will, I thought was a good change at the end. But there's some times when Will was just like
annoying as hell.
Oh, annoying as hell. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, especially towards the end, where he finds out all the truth and everything like that, and he just like unloads on everybody. Like, I'm like, dude, like, I didn't like that, but in the same, I believe it was the same episode, it follows up when he calls his mom, and then you're like, oh, it's because you have daddy issues, dude. Like, then it kind of like it made a little bit more sense. I was like, okay, you're looking for that father figure, but the problem is once he has a father figure, he doesn't want to be treated like a kid.
Yep.
So it was like, so like Phil is his father figure, but he gives him rules, he gives him restrictions, he gives him advice, he tells him, no, you can't do this. And Will is not used to that. So he's like, he gets mad. So,
he wants to rebel off him.
Yeah. So instead he goes for the people who give him the easy answers and give him the easy, stuff that he wants to hear, like somebody like Doc. So it went from annoying where I'm like, all right, you're super fucking annoying, to like, oh, okay, so you're annoying because there is a bigger issue in your life. So I liked how they did that, where you get frustrated with him and then you remember, oh, he's a kid without a dad and he's got, daddy issues, which, I mean, I know it sounds like silly what people say, but, it's a real thing, especially when you don't grow up with a dad and then you find him and you find out he's a dick. And there's a lot of stuff going on in Will's, life right there.
Chill, I was thinking the exact same thing as Tank was talking.
Does Will have? Yeah. How come you don't
want me, man?
He said that. He said that. He goes, what's wrong with me? Like it was like something like that from the original one.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't the same feel as what Will Smith said it.
No.
That's something iconic. But he still. I actually disagree with Brandon that. I actually feel that Will has not matured that much. That he is very charismatic. People like him. He knows the right thing to say. I don't believe he's matured at all because he just has a likable personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he gets away with it because he's good looking. He's good at basketball. He's smart. He has all these talents that he hasn't hit the wall. Carlton's hit the wall
multiple times,
and that's why I kind of enjoy seeing that. And it's so weird because Uncle Phil has Will's back, right? But his own son, he ain't got his back, not nearly as much.
Yeah,
and I always thought that was very strange. It's like they enjoy Will. They're under the spell of Will, with not understanding what's going on with Carlton. And I can't wait to see what they do in the next season. And honestly, I don't see this show going past 4 seasons at the most. At the most, 3rd season might be the end. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't see it goes past high school for them.
I could see it, but
which I'd be fine with. It's good to know when to stop. And that shows have a shelf life.
Yeah.
I mean, the original one only had 5 seasons, guys.
Really? It seemed way longer. Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, with a sitcom, you're able to maybe do that a little bit more because you can have random episodes and, drag out things. But something like this kind of style of a show, like, there's a story that you're telling and it needs to have an end, where, the original one or any sitcom, you can just let it go until it's ending time, and they're like, "Well, we're not renewed, so we're all saying goodbye."
I think it's 6 seasons. It's 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
6 seasons.
Yeah, it's still...
But it wasn't a lot. It's only 148 episodes. It's only 6 seasons. I think this is one of those things. Like when they go to college, they go off to college. Because Jackie's already there. Jackie's already there in high school, so she's not gonna come from Philly. Like, there's not gonna be much of a storyline going to college. And does he play basketball? He probably will play basketball now. But this whole thing, that how they said it with Doc and him joining the team again and all those opportunities. So like, I feel like high school is really the main thing, and you don't want to go too far. You don't want to be Stranger Things with Taylor McLaughlin being 35 years old with 4 kids. You don't need him being acting to be a 17-year-old. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Know when to just call it.
I can see that. I don't know if that makes it a bad thing, but we'll get into some of the bad stuff now with Brandon. What didn't you like about the season? Any like annoying parts?
I know that I mentioned that it was heavy on the drama, which kind of works to its advantage. But sometimes, even for a drama show, the drama, too much drama, like hit after hit after hit. There's
it's kind of cringe at a point.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes off as a little try hard.
Yeah.
There's not really anything added to kind of even things out. Even like the most serious stuff has like some form of like humor or dark humor or something to just kind of add a little levity to it. There's no levity,
Yeah.
And just kind of going hand in hand with what Brian said, even though I definitely do feel that Will did mature as a character, he's not quite 100%. He's not full circle yet. But I think that's why, we'll see more of that as the seasons progress, depending on what happens next season. I also think that there's kind of inconsistencies, and this may be purposeful. There's kind of inconsistencies with Carlton's character. Sometimes he seems like he's developing. Other times he'll take like a handful of steps back. But like I said, I think they may be kind of doing that on purpose. That might, that might be, they might be in the midst of developing or an arc for him. So we'll see for next season. But I think that was mostly it for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What you got, Brian?
I didn't like what they did with Hillary this entire season. I didn't like her character development. It wasn't very much of a development at all.
A whiny girlfriend.
Yeah, and we talk about maturity. Like, you didn't get any maturity at all. I really didn't enjoy that as much. I thought Viv's artist kind of arc was blah. What was it? Wasn't as much. It could have been more. It could have been more, and I feel like it was just that. Phil has so many holes in him. Even as a father, like, he has no stronghold. Like, there's nothing about him that's I feel comfortable with letting him be my cornerstone of my family. So like, there's just issues that I feel that that too many tropes that are still around it that I don't necessarily enjoy watching or feeling that way about certain things. But it's still it's a drama. It has to have some problems. I just feel like they should have some redeeming qualities there, and sometimes I miss out on those.
Yeah,
and the characters that they don't focus on, they really don't focus on.
Yeah.
So Ashley's always a throw in, no matter what's going on. She's just a throw in.
Yeah.
They focus more on Jazz than Ashley in the entire season.
Wow. Yeah, I think. Yeah, really. I mean, between the 2 seasons, she was in like her own scenes, like 4 or 5 between 2 seasons. So yeah, and it sucks. It seems like though maybe going forward in season 3, that hopefully they do change Ashley a little bit more. But yeah. But anything else?
I mean, as far as bad, I just don't think it's not bad. It's just it's a lot of drama. It's hard to see, and I just hope they have an end game in mind, and then they'll just try to arrive at something. You should have an idea where you want these people to go. So, because it's hard to, it's supposed to be arc, and I feel like too often we're getting ups and downs, which is very much reality, but it still has to get to somewhere. You know, I don't want to get to season 3, and it's just kind of like what they just did now. Everything's back to where it was at the beginning of season 1. Carlton's a drug addict. Will and Lisa are back together. Like, it's everything that happened in the season didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just clean the slate and it's back to where it was. And I don't necessarily think that's a great answer. I hope it has somewhere to go. It has to go to something, and if it doesn't, then it might be. I mean, might not be as good as it could be. You know, you have to get somewhere from it. You have to see the development in the people somewhere. Yeah.
That's because that's my biggest thing with it too, was the growth of the characters. Like you know, I know, like Brandon, you said like Will grew. I feel like if he did, it had to been very little bit. You know what I mean? But you know, like he went from like complaining, I don't get freedoms, I don't have this. I'm like, dude, like you don't get freedoms. What are you talking about, man? Like you are a kid in somebody else's house. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like you get to drive their giant ass fucking like what was it? The Escalade or something like that, or whatever, Cadillac or whatever.
Oh no, it had a sunroof. It had 26s on it,
massaging chairs and footrests in the back. I was like, dude, you get to drive that for free. Like no, man. Like, so like part of that is
Philly would never complain. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you don't want me to talk to him? Cool. I don't know him. You know, it's like that's how it should be. You know, but like you guys said, like it has to be like that. But you know, but his development was like, oh, I kind of learned my lesson after it burned me. You know, like in season 1. You know, like every other time. You know, my biggest upset was Carlton, because I loved what he was becoming at the beginning of the season, and even to the middle of the season. Like he went up, like he stood up to the other dude that kept calling everybody out. I can't think of his name, but the one that Lisa started dating for a little bit. You know, he beat his ass, you know, and then he's like, oh, I got, you know, mental health issues and stuff like that.
And
I'm like, okay, cool.
And brought everyone together, and he was accepting himself, and then he went back into the drugs.
He regressed, relapsed,
relapsed, and it was just so like, I'm like, you were becoming somebody different, and you were becoming a voice of people that were in your situation, you know, at that school, you know, like being a rich black child, but put into like this white world kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, you know, and all the pressures that come with that, and all the microaggressions, all the bullshit, all that stuff, you know. So I was like, cool, he's gonna realize this and kind of become like that. But instead, he's like, nope. Remember how he was in season 1? We're gonna go back to that. I was like, what? You know,
exactly.
You know, especially when him and Connor started hanging out again. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. I that's not an arc. You know, you know what it reminded me of Jamie Lannister. They're like, oh man, he's gonna have a good story. He's gonna have a good story. At the end, oh no, he's gonna go back to season 1. I was like, what the fuck did I why did I care about this guy if his end story was gonna be?
Why did I watch this? I don't understand why I watched this. Yeah,
you know, so I was like super pissed off with Carlton. Hopefully they fix it, and he grows and becomes a different person. He becomes the person they think he should be, you know. But yeah, I mean, the whole doc thing was kind of cool, but it was also a little.
It was okay, but
you know,
I mean, it was definitely all AAU basketball type stuff, and that's stuff I know about those things, and cool, okay,
yeah. So I mean, it was cool, but it was also kind of like. After a while, I was like, okay, he's not going to be the bad guy. Like, I feel like, you know, and
his name was Drew.
Drew, that's right.
Yeah.
You know, so there's some issues that like you need to fix, and then just by the end, like everyone has an issue. You know, especially Phil. I'm like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Being stupid.
You know, like you know,
and now being that the cheating black man and not realize what you have at home and all that stuff. Those tropes I do not enjoy.
Yeah. We find out he did it before in college.
Yep.
So with the same 2 women on top of that, it's like, come on, man. You know, so Yeah, all that is just. I hope when push comes to shove, he makes the right choice. But right now, he ain't making right choices.
Yeah, knowing the show's packed with, he'll make the wrong decision.
Yeah, which would kind of suck, but
which is terrible. That means you have once again you don't have a positive black male in a show that's full of black people, and I hate that idea. And you know, as much as I'm enjoying the show, I think that's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for drama so much that you can't have a positive black male in it.
Yeah, I think you need to have in a drama show like this, especially a drama show about a family.
You need to have that cornerstone.
Yeah, you need to have that rock, and it should be Phil. It should be Phil because one, to me, it's like you kind of want to honor James Avery as his Phil because like I saw a post today is like a video of like, oh, he was the perfect, or it still is the perfect TV dad. Was Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince.
Easily.
And I'm like, that alone should tell the showrunner that this Phil needs to be the rock. He needs to be the cornerstone of the family, and he's making a lot of bad choices. You know what I mean? So,
and we see it coming, and just like, dude, you come on, man, don't do this again.
Yeah.
And it's true. They're going to try to have him swerve and not make the mistake. But the fact that you're allowing the one person who should be to even get close and to not have that strong moral fiber is just very disheartening to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So and it 100% should be Uncle Phil. 100% should be Uncle Phil. So I like that. And then like you said, Ashley, that whole thing was just kind of it should have been better, but it just became like whiny girlfriend, insecure boyfriend, and then I don't know. Like that's a lot of like drama, you know, like annoying drama. Like
drama for the sake of drama is not a good thing. Drama for something that's actually happening that can explain the lives is good. But when you have drama for the sake of drama, I don't necessarily enjoy that.
Yeah, like when Will got all mad and he's like telling Jazz to go F off and get him at everybody. I was like, ugh, that's when I got annoyed with him. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Once again, being a little petulant child. Not being able to handle anything, and that's kind of what we got from him.
Yeah, but
anytime it gets hard and the focus is on him, he wants to be act out.
Yeah, I don't get my freedom. Like you don't get no freedom, man. What are you talking about, man?
You are a child without a job. Shut up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Stay
and
with
you're
the man
living in a very, very nice town. Yeah,
exactly.
Very, very nice house, very nice location. Great clothes. These people are giving you like more than enough money, like handing everything to you. What are you pissing and moaning about?
Yeah, like, oh, you want to join this very expensive basketball team? Okay, you know, it's like it took a couple no's, but you know, finally he's like, all right, let's do it. But it was like, what?
Yeah, what? Yeah, you buster.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's get into our ratings. So we do things easy. Now, later, never. Now means you got to watch it all right now. Later means when you get a chance, and never means never watch it. Don't kill your brain cells. So what are you giving Bel-Air season 2? Brandon, why don't you start it?
I could probably give this a now. You know, I'm really enjoying the direction they're going with it. I really like the approach that they take. You know, even though there are some trip ups that I have with it right now, it definitely holds my attention.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps me kind of wondering what's going to happen next. You know, and the way the season ended, it really had me wanting more and wondering what happens next. And you know, we're gonna have to wait probably the higher part of another year.
Yeah,
I could give it a now. I could do a now for it.
Okay, Brian, what you giving it?
I enjoy watching it, so I don't want you to get me wrong, but I believe I'm going to give it a later because I hate the tropes that is continue to follow.
Yeah,
like it really disheartens me because when you see, you know, there's already a lot of things you have for a black family that you have to deal with. You know, the fact that the father not being home, you know, or even if the father's home, he's always looking the other way. Like it's never a strong male influence there, and those things bother me. The kids being kids are that happens. Kids are going to be kids, but not having those things, not being even in a drama series, still having that positive thing bothers me.
Yeah.
And
well, they do it with Viv. Viv is a very good mother, very good wife.
She's naive.
She's super naive.
So why? And there's no black woman I know that's that naive.
Yeah, almost.
They are like the most the planners of all planners. Like they know everything that's going on. Like you think they don't know?
Almost
Come on.
Almost like she turns a blind eye.
Yeah, to a lot of it.
Yeah, and that just doesn't matter what year of marriage. I've been married for almost 11 years. My wife is not naive. There's nothing about anything that she don't know about. And I just those tropes bother me a little bit, and that's why I want to give it a later, because it's not what you want from the Fresh Prince. Not that I need it to be positive all the time, but to have an overall positive view of a black family it's not just poor, not just coming from the ghetto, or not in those things. You still have a positive attitude that's saying they can get out of this. Why can't they have anything good coming from this family? So that's what's kind of giving me a later vibe for me.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna give this a later, because I feel like you should watch this season right before season 3 drops. So season 3 comes out in like 2 months. Then you watch season 2, because it was good and I enjoyed it, but I feel like the way it all was kind of setting up bigger things later on. You know what I mean? Like it was okay, and just like I said earlier, no one really grew for me enough. You know what I mean? If anything, a lot of them is a lot of regression. With almost everybody. But there were some good things, that I did enjoy. The Jeffrey storyline was pretty cool, and stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna give it a later. But it's still good, fun watch. It had similar vibes of the first season, but I want to say the first season was still better.
I agree.
But this one wasn't too far behind. But I think this is definitely more of a, like, season 1 was season 1. It was its own thing. I feel like season 2 is setting up season 3. I know that sounds silly because 2 comes after 3, but
I understand exactly what you're saying. Like this whole thing, nothing actually happened from season 1 to season 2 to going to season 3. Nothing has changed.
Yeah,
everything that happened in season 1 is still happening going into season 3.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like season 3 could be the end, really, like you said, because there's a good chance it could be the end, or 4 seasons. So you start, since it's all back to square one almost. So season 3 might start the arc, and then season 4 will finish off whatever arc. So
I also feel like season 3 is senior year.
I think it's the summer. I think they made it set up like season 3 is going to be the summer. And then season 4 might be senior year, but I don't know how they're gonna play it,
because 10 episodes. It's a long time for the summertime.
Yeah, I know, right? There's more episodes than there are weeks for summer. But either way, if they do season 3, I'm cool with that too. But anything else, guys?
I mean, it's fun. There's things that I wish we had more of. But it's still fun. I'm glad we got to talk it out and review this.
Yeah, it had a good ending. I had good payoffs at the end, which I appreciated. Let's see if it was on Rotten Tomatoes, because I know season 1 had pretty good ratings. Let's see, Bel-Air season 2, Rotten Tomatoes. We got 90% on the tomato meter. So, but only got 10 reviews. So that's not too bad.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly. And then the audience got 50+ reviews. It's got 76, and
that's right.
I think I'm closer to that. Cool. Anything else, Brandon? You got it?
Pretty much it on my end.
Okay. All right. So we usually do these for the end of the season and kind of like review the entire season. of shows. So Bel-Air, just finished probably 2-3 weeks ago, I think.
About 3 weeks ago.
So it would explain why I think was most of us gave it a later.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Bel-Air season 2. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you in the middle? And where do you think it might go in season 3? Let us know what you think down in the comments. But if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to finish things up. If you're watching on replay, appreciate you guys coming in and checking us out. If it's your first time, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And you can join us every Monday and Wednesday if you hit that bell, Monday and Thursday if you hit that bell notification.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that and be part of the Spoiler King channel. And we're going to do some giveaways once we hit that 1,000. So make sure you're part of the channel.
It's burning in my pocket. I can't wait to give it away.
Yeah. But that is it from us. We appreciate you guys, but we will see you guys in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Next topic. Just do that from now on.
Yeah.
This cat, I swear to God. I don't know if you guys saw him. He's in my sweater.
That's funny.
He like Doug. He's like I'm baby Bjorning him right now. It's like
yeah, Lucas.
Yeah, the cat doesn't get jealous. The dog gets jealous. When I grab Lucas, man, that dog gets jealous.
Oh my god,
big baby dog.
I'm like, look, no, you better be. That's your other master. Come on.
So I'm like leaning like this. I'm like, fucking cat's like pulling me down. The guy be like hanging here.
Say, hey, don't move.
I know.
Catatouille.
Yeah. Cool, but I know we've been going on for a while, but let's call it a night. So appreciate you guys. I know the movie and the show were on our list for a while, so finally
knocking that out is good. Yeah,
starting fresh right before all the summer blockbusters.
Exactly.
But cool. That's it, man. I know everyone's seeing Fast X.
So
tomorrow,
we'll do
both
that.
of you guys see it tomorrow, man.
Yep. So we'll do that Monday. We have to talk about Fast X Monday. Man, this is good.
Yeah, super excited about that. But cool. I think there's a few other things too, but we'll talk offline.
That was a Anzo.
Hey, come on, right at the end where we're saying bye. I always do that with some of the people. Like today, I think was it today or yesterday? Chill had a stream, and I came in
today.
right at the end. Like
Yeah,
right at the end, I was like, "Oh, cool." But what's up, Anzo? All right. But cool. Let's get out of here, man. If you're on Facebook, check out our Facebook group. Just facebook.com/SpoilerKings. Posting like Brandon Davis is always posting a bunch of cool stuff. I try to find more jokes and memes usually, and some info. Like we got Loki and Echo coming out, so I put the info out there. So join us over there on Facebook if you're like, me and a boomer that still go on Facebook. So he's like, oh,
yeah, you did. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they just jumped on right now. Look at him.
Yeah. I always catch the end of the show, which is fine. Like I'll watch the end of the show, but then I'll rewind it and watch from the beginning and just kind of listen to my headphones. But I did that with Zach Attacks the other night too. Zach Millen. Yeah, I did that as well. So I don't know, man. It just I have that. That's my superpower.
That's your thing. That's your dude.
I can catch you right in your last 30 seconds of your show. But all right, man. Let's get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. We will see you guys on Monday.
Thanks, guys. Go watch Fast X. Let's do it.
Later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're out here.